All righty. Give it a few minutes. If you saw the title, it's book day. It's inspiration book day. Let's see if I can get the camera to be straighter. I'm going to zoom in. This is just my newest big sketchbook, so it's kind of just big right now, but we'll zoom in. Hi, Starla. Let me get a little bit of lemon water, my ASMR lemon water. Rachel won't be here today. She's helping, she's moving, she's helping people move, she's visiting, but she did send everybody her love. I am back. And when Janet gets here, I have something that she said to tell Janet. So let's see. Teresa, Christy, who else? CK. Hi, CK. You changed your name. You still in Mexico? Hi, Janet. Janet, Rachel messaged this morning and said that, she's still moving. She's and helping another person move, and she's got visiting and, all that stuff going on with her. So she told me to tell you, Janet, unless you probably maybe saw it. She said you have to wear her fuzzy slippers until she gets back. Tell Janet she has to wear my fuzzy slippers until she gets back. Oh, thank you, Starla. Thank you for the super sticker right off the morning. Thank you, Starla. I appreciate that. Hi, let's see. Jen, Judy. Said hi, Ugg movie. Yeah, I know, right, Aunt Beck? I've done that a few times in my life. Let's see. Joyce. Thank you again, Starla. Very, very kind of you. Janet's all in on the fuzzy slippers. Hi, Adam. How you doing? Everybody, we all left you sleeping on your last stream, Adam. Hi, Becky. I did buy some Becky's Zentangle cards, and when they get here, and I got enough to share, I bought extra. Becky goes, I know you got that extra set to give away, and I went, well, shh. But yeah, Becky. So I'll probably get those in a couple of days. Let's see. Kathleen, Dawn, Missy, Juanita. Juanita has a nice long video up. She just put that up. I skimmed through it, watched about 30 minutes of it this morning and skimmed through it. That girl can crochet like there's nobody's business. And she doesn't even look. She had a crochet hook and she was watching the camera going, oh lordy. But my little foot can crochet, and she spins her own. She spins her own wool. So yeah. Let's see, Maseki, Pamela Kane. Hi, Pamela. Let's see who else. 3G Brenda, Debbie Bruce. Good morning, Debbie. Let's see. Missy. Oh, this is funny. I just every right now and then I just do a little whistling. I had somebody say, "Oh, that is so annoying. Whistling is annoying." I thought, my channel's probably not for you. But I gotta tell y'all a joke. I gotta tell y'all a joke in a minute. Did any of y'all ever watch the Comedy Central or Comedy Club with Byron Allen? Did any of y'all ever watch that? It comes on really early here, like six o'clock, I think, in the morning. I think it comes out at 6 o'clock in the morning here. So sometimes when I'm skimming through, checking the weather and the highlights and stuff, I skim over there and see, because it's fun to start your morning with laughter, right? So he always has all these different comedians on every morning. Let me finish saying good morning. Um, let's see. Patricia, Linda Rentz. Let's see. Thank you again for the moose. Oh, I'm so glad he loves the moose. Thanks, Linda. Let's see, Amaris. Oh, congratulations, Amaris. I'm glad you're better. Right, Janet? And Lair, who else? Oh, well, I'm glad you're back, Amaris. Um, Thank you, Juanita. So yeah, y'all have to go watch it. Go watch Anita's stream. I think she put it up yesterday. I saw it this morning. But anyway, she's Juanita's a hoot. Hi, Christopher. Oh, Christopher, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And y'all don't follow Christopher. Christopher does art and music, and I follow him on IG. So follow Christopher Fernandez Art and on IG. Hi, Julianne. Thank you, Christopher, for the super chat. I appreciate that. So the joke I heard this morning on Byron Allen's Comedy Club was there's this guy who's talking about he goes when he went to visit his mom and she has a bowl of peanuts and he goes and he knows his mom is like on a fixed income, can't really do a lot for people, and she's on a fixed income, and he ate all her peanuts. He goes, oh mom, I'm so sorry. Now I can't tell a good joke, but but anyway, and he was going I'm so sorry I ate all your peanuts. Mom, she goes, oh, honey, it's okay. I'm just glad that you come to see me. You make me laugh. You're so fun. Don't you worry about those peanuts. I sucked all the chocolate off of them already. I'm sorry, but that made me laugh. My eyes are watering now. That made me laugh so much. Oh my gosh. I can't read chat now. Let's see. Yeah, Fernando, Adam's asking you about your art, and yeah, and he has a channel too. Adam. Isn't that hilarious? Oh, what else? Let's see. Deb E. Let's see. Paula. Uh, let's see. Zoe. So anyway, I thought it was funny. I said, I just made a little note of it to write down Byron Allen's Comedy Club and to let y'all know what. So anyway, it's book day. We got to jump right in. This is my newest sketchbook. I covered it with the Bauhaus paper that me and Colleen got. I don't see Colleen here yet, but anyway, so I covered this is a A3 size, and it's let me see. I forget the measure. It is oh, my eyes are still watering. It's just under 12, like 11 and 3/4 by 16 and 3/4. And so it's a big one. It's like 96 pages. And I did write down in the back because I had to cover up the big sticker would not come off. There's a big sticker here. And I said, yeah, I'm just going to cover it. So anyway, this is the info on this book. So it's 48 sheets, 96 pages, 96 sides. But there it is right there. Tavolasa. Anyway, I got it on Amazon. So I just put that in here because I knew people were going to ask. So it's nice white paper. It's good, thick cardstock. So I have an idea what I'm going to use this for. So the cover's black, Deb. I put this paper on here myself. I glued that on here. So yeah, but so I'm anxious to use it. I just put it here to capture the light and everything. I'm going to zoom in a little bit when we start looking at books, which is now because I have so many. All right, so here's the plan. I love books. So, where'd I go? Where'd you go? There you go. Okay, I clicked the wrong thing. I got to click the camera and zoom in one. Okay. So I spent about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes pulling books this morning. So there's going to be a lot. So a few things. Number one, my mods are not going to, I haven't even talked to them about this yet. They're not going to put links for all these books. If you like a book, you can probably find it on Amazon. So just get your pencil. I'll give everybody a minute. Get your pencils and papers out. Get your Society of Idea Collector notebook out, or paper or pen or whatever it is you write down your ideas on. and take notes. My camera looks crooked. I can see the little squares or not. I mean, it kind of aggravates me. So I know it's gonna OCD some people out if those squares are not lined up. Anyway, I wrote down a bunch of stuff to talk about. And I want to just give y'all plenty of ideas. Hi, Colleen. Colleen, look, I covered a big journal with our papers. It doesn't even fit in the camera. So I covered this big sketchbook with our Bauhaus papers. Anyway, so my mods are not going to put links for all these books. I'm going to just glance here and tell you how many I pulled. Say 10. Let's see, 12, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I probably about maybe 60 books I pulled this morning. And I went through them. I didn't go through them with a fine-tooth comb, but I picked about 60 books for you to collect ideas. 60 books. My mods are not putting links. Do not ask the mods to put links. Good morning, Tina. She's saying good morning to everybody. Do not ask the mods to put in links. Get out your little pens. Get out your little pen and paper and write down the titles. And I'll try to remember to tell you the authors. I'm not going to read all the ISBNs. I'm not going to do that. That's not enough, Mama Floor. There's Pacola too. Hi, Pacola, my little snapdragon. And so anyway, they are not going to look up links for you. They are usually very good about doing that. I don't even have to ask. But today I'm going to request that they don't have to. Hi, sister. Where's my doll? Wait a minute. Where's my Afro sensible sister? My dolls have names. Here's sensible sister. I love her. Denise and I love her. We love to put her in our scenes. I got more scenes coming up. I got lots of scenes. If y'all missed it, if y'all missed my latest IG post with my dolls, Tina goes, thank you. Yeah, 60 books is too much for my mods to have to put up. But everybody get out. Yeah, there you go, Colleen. Take a picture of the book screenshot. There you go. All 60 of them, Colleen. All 60 of them. Okay, so let me go over here to my let me go to my IG. So here's what I did. We did Little Miss Muffet. And so anyway, Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. I love doing these. I'm just saying. Denise does too. We love it. And my Janet doll, Janet didn't see it. She didn't answer. So she probably didn't see my message. I sent it to her, I think, on Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday, Janet. I said, I bought you some new clothes, Janet. Because it had a new ball cap. It had a blue cap. So, and pink tennis shoes. So I bought my Janet doll some new clothes. It's like one outfit. It's a little tie-dyed. I don't know, but it's I'm telling you, you cannot find a gray sweat outfit for Barbie. I don't think they make one. Well, they probably do. But anyway. And thank you, Deb E. And then the other thing too, I'm going to be what I do, I knocked something off here. Oh, it's my list here. I'm going to be doing some Halloween items. I'm going to be doing some, and I'm going to tell you people, I don't sew. I don't even own a sewing machine. Boo owns two. I don't own any sewing machines. But I got this because I'm thinking some Halloween costumes. I'm thinking about some Halloween costumes, so I got a pattern. I don't know if I'll use it. I mean, I'll probably eyeball it and stitch it, but anyway. So, yeah, there is that. So, but I do have some ideas. I already showed y'all a couple of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do these, but they were some ideas. Did Janet comment? She finally checked. Oh, okay. No, that's all right, Jen. I just thought maybe it didn't go through. Sometimes it doesn't. Let me see here. Let me go to my photos. I did take a screenshot this morning of what we're going to look at today. I'll try to put it on as a thumbnail, but we'll see. Um, so my ideas for a couple of Halloween costumes are the Bride of Frankenstein. Her costume shouldn't be too hard. It's essentially a sheet. And the other one is the other costume that I might do is Glinda, the Good Witch from Wizard of Oz. So I might do those two costumes for October. Having so much fun. Denise and I are just thoroughly loving doing our little scenes and the word bubbles and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, if I don't forget, guys, to make sure you have live chat selected at the top. Make sure you if you're talking to me, put it in caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. I am going to do a giveaway today, but I'm not going to give away international. International, I'm going to give away my new print here. Let me find one here. I'm going to give away one of my new prints to an international person. I did make a print of the collage that we did a couple weeks ago or whenever it was. So this will be an international giveaway because I don't send books international. Y'all know I'm not spending $50 on a $20 book, but I'm going to give this book away for US. So hang around. If you want to hang out with books, you're going to win a book. So Get Messy Art is pretty new. Kaylee Gray. It's the no rule, no judgment, no pressure approach to making art. And some I think I showed it when I got it. But I'm going to do a giveaway with this today. And it is 2022. So yeah, it's a new book. We'll do a little preview of this one a little bit later when we get ready to give it away. So again, international, I'll send a print, and US, I'm going to send whoever wins this book. How does that sound? Everybody better say they like my Barbies. Just oh my gosh. Okay, so there's an ASMR for Rachel who can't be here because she's moving, helping someone else move and visiting families, and she's very busy. But she did send her fuzzy slippers to Janet to wear until she gets back. I did get my zine done. I'm not going to show it. Janet will get the first. Janet will. I'm going to send them out tomorrow. Janet, I'm going to the post office. And so my zines are done. So if y'all want to know about the zine swap, Janet will probably talk about them again today on her show at 1. And I always try to show, this is one of Janet's zines here. It's a 1-page zine. You have until like the 15th of September to get them to her. It's a 1-page zine. This is not mine. This is the Janet's that I used for an example. Make you a little dummy practice sheet so you know how things lay out, because it doesn't lay out like you think it would lay out after you fold and cut it down. Okay, so make you one of these just to practice how it's going to look, and then if you're in the swap. All right, and let's see. I got my little zine here. I'm not going to show you. I know, but do you really want me to show it? Do you want me to show? Let me ask you this. Are you going to show the zines as you get them in? If you're going to show them as you get them in from everybody, I will show mine. If you're going to wait and do all the reveals at one time, then I'll wait. You tell me what you're going to do with them as you get them in, Janet. Are you going to show them as you get them, or are you going to wait and do one big showing of all the zines? So I'll wait and see what Janet says. You get to do anything. Oh, I know I get to do anything I want, but I'm trying to be respectful of your zine swap. You're showing them as you get them? Okay, then I'll show you. So the swap is Mother Goose. And all right, so y'all got to see a sneak peek because I put some of them on Instagram. So here's my zine. It's Little Miss Muffet. It's a little Miss Muffet sat on a tub eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. So there's a couple extra pictures in here that I didn't post on Instagram. So there's my Mother Goose zine. So if y'all are in the zine swap, maybe you'll get one. Okay, so let's see what my list has. All right, first off, don't forget, get out paper and pencil. If you want ideas and book ideas, and like I said, we'll try to get through all 60 books. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, guys. Okay. So, and I try to kind of group them a little bit by, topic and stuff, but they're not going to all be that way. There are, because I pulled 60 of them, I tried to kind of quickly group them, but yeah. All right. So has everybody got a pen and paper ready? Thank you, Barb, and good morning, by the way. Okay. So and I'm going to try to check things off my list as I go. Because I've got them kind of broke out in a list, but they're not necessarily all going to be together. There might just be a random one. Okay, here we go. The first one. The first one I want to talk about that you can get inspiration. Now, remember, these books are for, I did pull a couple technique type books, but I tried to not pull technique books. Like I got a stack of collage books, a stack of calligraphy books, a stack of watercolor, different mediums, but I tried not to pull those. I tried to pull books that are going to inspire you to do whatever it is you do. Hi, Arlene. Poor spider. She's scared. Okay, so here are three. Let's start with these three pattern books. Now, most of these kind of books that I get, especially one like this, I usually deconstruct them and put them in a 3-ring binder and use them as a base for a commonplace book. Now, I'm not going to pull that right now. I'm going to just try to show books, not pull my journals and books that I use books for. Okay. I'm going to try to stick with it. Thank you, Tina. I'm going to try to stick with it. Thank you, Barb. So, all right. So the first one is Amy Butler's Blossom, and I'm going to blame, I think, Colleen on this one. Or no, yeah, because this is the one. This one I got at Books a Million. This one I got at Amazon. So I'll try to maybe just give y'all a little bit. This was a used book. I think they sent it through maybe through Thrift Books. I don't remember, but it was a third party seller because it was 2015 and it was a used book. But it is all different kinds of patterns. Now, so when I'm showing you this right now, you should be writing down books that show patterns. Okay, just even that much information, because and I also have pulled a couple fashion books, but these ones right here, these three right here, have lots of patterns and inspirational photos. So you could write down photography books, which I think did I write that one down? Photography books and patterns, and I have a couple books on color. So these can all fit under that category: patterns, fashion, photography, color. Okay. And again, I'm not going to go through page by page. I really just want y'all to see the book and a quick flip through, and then you can look them up. This one might be of all the ones I pulled, this one may be the hardest one to find. This one may be hard to find. Okay. Oh, I got another thing right down here. I'm thinking of things as I go to write on our list. So, but look at all the color and patterns and design. I mean, just looking at color combinations, color combinations for inspiration, patterns and cultural things, different cultures. Okay. So again, this is Amy Butler's Blossom. And I think there might be a couple of these, which I'm sure Colleen has all of. Okay, so I'm going to have to make me a separate stack here because I've got literally a whole, like I got about 4 feet of books, maybe 5 feet of books. All right, this one is Patterns of India. I did get this one at Books A Million. Hang on, let me get a sip of my water here. Again, cultures, different countries. I wrote down cultures, but let me write down countries too. Cultures and countries, and they'll have different patterns and textiles and colors. This one's India, and I love all the colors and patterns of India. So again, you're supposed to be writing down the ideas. You can write down the names of the books too, but it's about gathering ideas. Okay. The henna tattoos. Well, the henna dyeing, it's not really a tattoo. It's like not permanent, but so this one is called Patterns of India, Christine, Chitnis. A journey through colors, textiles, and the vibrancy. Okay, there's that one. Then this one's Trisha Guild patterns. This is another Trisha Guild are the ones that I have cut up 3 or 4 different ones of these and put them as a commonplace book. But it's Trisha Guild pattern. And I'm not sure if it has more of a detail, but it has, look, it has vellum. So different papers can inspire you. So this one has a lot of vellum sheets. Like here's another one. I'm kind of just skipping here. But they're interspersed throughout. But it's a beautiful book. I have a couple of her books that were in paperback that I did turn into commonplace books. So you can just see patterns, colors, things to inspire you. That's what this is. Botanicals. I did not pull any of my botanical books. I have all kinds of different things on drawing botanicals, illustrating. I didn't pull any of those. I tried to pull very few how-to books. I just tried to pull some books to inspire. Remember, if you have any questions, put them in caps. Yes, teacher voice. So it's got all kinds of vellum sheets throughout. But look at this. I mean, just this right here. Can you just look at these colors and get ideas? You need to write down your ideas so that you have them, put them in your Society of Idea Collector notebook for the next time you don't know what to do, you can't think of something. You know, that's what the Society of Idea Collector books are for, is to collect your ideas. Collect your ideas. So that one is called Trisha Guild Pattern. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and I'll show the couple of fashion books I pulled because kind of carrying over from that. These 2 books right here. Anything by DK is a good value. DK books are not that expensive for the big books you get from them. I think they're really made like, you know, the Smithsonian, so they're educational and they're good quality and good value for the size of the book. But this one is the Definitive Visual Guide to Fashion. I've also bought this book for Boo because y'all know she's going back up here to Georgia, school in Georgia, and into fashion. She wants to be like not a fashion designer, a fashion promoter. I don't know what the technical thing is she wants to do, but like she would like to work for like Christian Dior and promote Christian Dior. You know, she wants to be like a market in marketing for fashion. So, but you know, hey, she's young. I don't know what she'll just end up deciding, but she already got a year of college while she was in high school, so she's already got 2 years of college behind her. All right, let me she went last year. She went to Florida. And so now she's back here in Georgia. So, yes, this is a history of fashion and all the different fashion houses. But because it's the history of fashion, this is like an excellent book if you want to know look at all the eras and stuff. And it's nice in color. It's very informative. I mean, look, there's just so much to it. But it's also inspiring. If you do any kind of characters, character design, comics, any kind of historical art, then a book like this is going to be really invaluable. And then this one right here. Oh, and then let me tell you the year. The year. I'm trying to remember to tell y'all the years. 2000 first American printing, 2012. This is a 2019 edition. And then this one, I think I got this off of Thrift Books. Fashion and Costume from 1200 to 2000. And this is a lot of line drawing. This one came out in 2000. And it is just kind of like it says. Let me flip it backwards because then it's easier to flip here. But it's all black and white line drawings and the history of fashion like this. Hi, Kathy Berg, Judy, Flo. Hi, Flo. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Journey. It's book day. So if you're just joining us, it's really idea book day. Okay. It's about gathering ideas. All right. So, and I pulled about 60 books. So there we go. So there's some fashion. So write down fashion books. All right. Next, let me put the print up here so I don't knock that over. Books on color, and I might have pulled a couple, but this is the one that's right here. There might be another book on color, but this is mineral, where all the where colors come from, all the minerals. So any kind of thing with science. That has illustrations, and I didn't even pull all my scientific illustration books, but any kind of books that have science and illustration, you're going to get plenty of ideas from those. This one happens to be on color and what plants, minerals, where colors come from. And like here's blues and purples. It's all broke out. And these are, I can't remember when I read it, I can't remember the dates of these charts. They were reprinted from old charts. Oh, let's see. Let's see here. A color reference system from the natural world. 1776, I think, is when they first did these charts. And they've republished them with all this more information. Again, guys, I'm really, trying to get through these books. So if you have any questions or comments, put it in caps so I see it. Okay. So this is called Nature's Palette, Princeton Press, introduced by Patrick Beatty, B-A-T-Y. And I got a little bit of there we go. Okay. All right. Next, also, speaking of reference books, any kind of reference books is going to be good. But a children's dictionary. Look, I got this one for only $7.97 at Books A Million. I mean, you'll just never go wrong with any kind of children's dictionary or any kind of children's encyclopedias. This is a great way to do prompts, either with a dictionary, an encyclopedia, and it doesn't even have to really be, you have visuals in it, but it just kind of helps to have visuals in it. But if you just randomly combine a couple things, like let's just see what happens when we combine. I'm just going to pick something here. Okay, so we have a gymnast and a field. Okay, a gymnast in a field. We have a baseball player, and we have a Victorian looking girl. I mean, just think of the stories, and even if you don't do anything with it right then, just the process of writing down different combinations or mind maps or ideas, just the process of writing it down, gets your creativity flowing, gets your imagination going. Okay, so this one is a children's dictionary, and again, there's dictionaries and encyclopedias and any kind of reference books like that. Like here's one that I got. Here's another one that I have just sitting here. Picturepedia. See, same kind of thing. Sports and hobbies, food. It's broke out by a few different topics. Religions, countries, the coral reef. And I know you can find a lot of this online, but write down the idea to look for it. Because if you don't know about these kind of books that exist, you're not going to even know where to look, So these kind of books are great reference books. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Angie, Nettie. I said hi to Mama 4. Anybody else I missed? Okay. Let's see. Myths and legends. I like these kind of stories for my, it makes me think of my different kind of collages and different worlds to build. I actually went through and wrote down every myth and religion in here. I wrote it all down in my Society of Idea Collector book, and then I can write more notes on each one as I study them or look at them more closely. So these are all the myths and legends, but look at the artwork, look at the patterns, look at the design. There's just so much to it, whether you want to actually study it or not. There's just plenty of information and ideas. Okay, myths and legends, visual encyclopedia. All right. And speaking of the children's books, I pulled just a couple children's books. Here's one. I pulled a couple, and I pulled a couple books on about children's books. So Joshua Campbell, I told y'all about him. He is in the process of writing a book on Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and or his sister wrote the book, and he's illustrating it in a graphic novel format. Well, his wife, this is my S. Campbell. She's a children's book illustrator and author, and so this is one of her books. And so I just pulled it just to show y'all children's books. Children's books are awesome inspiration. So this is one of my books. This was an older one, and it was a little hard to find because it was older. But I think she has a few out. This one's 2008. So The Moon and the Night Sweeper. So I just wanted to show y'all, children's books. And publishing children's books, illustrating and publishing them. So this one right here is called Illustrating Children's Books, and it's by Martin Salisbury, and it came out, this one's a little older one, I believe. This one is 2004. So a lot of more digital things probably would apply, but this one gives you a lot of the basics on illustrating children's books, whether you do it digitally or just by hand, if you will, analog. But this is, there's a little bit, I saw going digital in there, but this is from 2004. So if you're interested in doing any kind of children's books or illustrating, or that can be so many different things. It can be posters. It can be, not just books. And then this was by my friend Will Terry, What They Don't Teach You in Art School. He did a Kickstarter for this, and I did buy this when he had a Kickstarter. I think it was last year. Let me see the year. 2020. So he kickstarted this on What They Don't Teach You in Art School, An Illustrator's Guide to Making Money in the Real World. And he is a children's book illustrator. And he has a YouTube channel. He's been around for a long time on YouTube. And so it's a beautiful book. It's got places for notes and what they didn't teach you. And he has different profiles of different artists and quotes and different, different photographs of their work. And it's just a beautiful book. When should I turn down an assignment? I mean, there's just so much to it. It's like a course. It's like a course. And I'm sure you can still get it. If you look up Will Terry, go to his, go to his site or go to his YouTube channel, you can probably get this book. Do you still have the Family Tale book? I sent you. Probably I do. That would probably be with my comic books, Tina. I didn't really pull comic books. The closest thing I pulled was the new graphic novel by the new graphic novel that I just got from Mark Crilly, but I didn't really pull comic books. But I did write down. Oh, I did pull a book about comic books, but because as one of the lit to put on the list. So children's books, illustrations. These are all more things to add to your list of inspiration. There's one of Will Terry's little characters. So anyway, that is an awesome book. What They Don't Teach You in Art School. So children's books, illustrating, and actual children's books. If you can go to the library, check out a bunch of children's books and look at them and study them and see what kind of, techniques they use, or go to the bookstore and just see which are the best sellers or which ones are they promoting. Why are they promoting? Is it a digi? Is it bright colors? What is it about the books that they are showing that out in the bookstores? Okay. And I only pulled one color book just because we all know I've almost 500 color book videos. So I don't need to talk much about color books, but color books can be awesome inspiration as well. And we've shown how, I would not cut up one of these hardback, more expensive ones, but you can buy inexpensive color books and color them and cut them out, use them in your collage, your art journals, and different things. So, and the art in them is beautiful. As you all know, this one's more like a fairy tale book. Here's a few that I've colored in here. Let's see. You have me writing. You're supposed to be writing down names, Jen. You're supposed to be writing down. I told y'all, get out your pen and paper at the beginning. So here's another one that I colored. And again, if you are interested in coloring and techniques and how I color and paint and use pencils and pan pastels and the different things, just go look at my playlist. There's 400 and, close to 500 videos on coloring. Here's one in process. Sometimes we'll just stop and do a demo. We'll do a demo in a book, so they sometimes may not get finished. But this one has cutouts that you cut out and make little doors. That's what those cutouts were for. That is made to cut out. This one has doors that you cut out and windows that you include in your pieces. So anyway, color books. This one is Clara Marcova, Tinderful Enchantment. She has many books out, and they all look like fairy tales. Hi, Abigail. All right, let me look at chat. I am glancing through chat to see if there's anything in caps. So, if you have anything you want to say, put it in caps. And I'm also checking things off my list as I read them. I will read you my list after I'm done, but I want you to make your own list first. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm not going to go through many of these, but any kind of magazines. I love Imagine FX. That's one of my favorite art magazines. They have all different things. They have art school. They have Imagine FX sketchbooks. This one was the Art of Final Fantasy. So, you know, at least go look in the bookstore magazine section. And again, fashion magazines for, you know, fashion ideas, clothing. But if you want, they do have, you know, a lot of specific, you know, they have acrylic painting, watercolor. There are magazines on every kind of technique. Okay. Who was the author? Clara Marcova. Clara Marcova was the color book, this color book. And her books are always, you know, just have fairy tale-esque type page images. So, and again, I'm trying to be careful. It doesn't bother me to see nudity in art, but, you know, I try to keep this family friendly. So I'm careful flipping through a lot of these kind of books do have some nudity in them. And I try to be careful of that, you know, but so if you're interested, especially like there's all kinds of digital, but there's just, you know, step by step, whether you're drawing on a tablet or if you're drawing, you know, just with a pencil and pen. But there's just so much concept art, and then breaks, especially there's ones that are called sketchbooks, Imagine FX sketchbooks. I didn't pull any of those, but there are tons. Hi, Marsh. We're going through a lot of books today for ideas and inspiration. But it's good to see you. Let me click on Marsh. If y'all don't follow Marsh, makes comics. Yeah, see, half price books. I have Books a Millions, kind of the same thing, Marsh. But if y'all don't follow Marsh Makes Comics, y'all need to go follow Marsh too. He's awesome. I've known him for years and years. He's a nice guy too. So, let's see. Scrolling. Don't forget, put it in caps if you're talking to me. And then this one is called Art School. And again, it's tips and techniques on drawing and a lot of, you know, step-by-steps and tutorials digitally and analog, if you will, just with your pencils. And so at least take a look at the magazines if you don't even buy them, you know, or at least look through them at the bookstores to see if there's something that you really want to learn. Then skim through them. They don't care if you look through them. Sit down and look through them, and if you see something that you want to learn, then you'll know to buy that particular magazine. Hi, CB. So art magazines, inspiration from art magazines. All right, let me get another sip of lemon water here. All right, get your papers out. And I just wrote this down. I only pulled one book. Movies, TV, documentaries, anything that has to do in the culture. Like I said, TV, movies. And I did pull one other. I did pull a couple things on comics, so that'll be separate. But I did pull one book here, The Art of Mondo. This is movie posters. This is a company out of Austin that started out with people from Canada, I believe. I'm trying to remember the history. But these are redone movie posters. And it's a huge book. Now, I'm going to tell you about this one. It's expensive. When I saw it in the bookstore, it's like $65, and it was wrapped up. It was wrapped up in plastic, so I couldn't even see it. I said, I don't know if I want to buy a $65 book. Was it 65 or 75? Maybe it was 75. I said, I don't know if I want to buy this book when it's wrapped up in plastic. Now, a lot of times if something's wrapped up in plastic in a bookstore, if you go up to the front and say, do you mind if I take the plastic off this before I spend $75 on a book? They'll probably let you, but I didn't do it at the time. I had the family with me and we were all, you know, so I just put it in my phone and so I'll look it up on Amazon. Well, I don't know if it's still there, but when I bought this, Amazon had it for $35. And it is amazing. This is one awesome, amazing book. I'm just telling you, I had to nab it back from Hubster because he's a movie buff. And so he loved this too. So I'm not going to show you every one, but I'm going to flip through and show you how they have redone practically any movie you'd ever think of. They have, look, and Johnny Quest. This was my favorite cartoon as a kid. Johnny Quest was my childhood cartoon. Did anybody raise your hand if you like Johnny Quest as a kid? So anyway, but look at how they redid Rocky. I mean, it's just amazing. And they break it out by year. Like we're up to 2014. I think it goes up to 2014, 2015. And I don't even know what they're doing anymore. But I mean, it's just like every movie, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. There's Man of Steel. Here's Son of Frankenstein, Taxi Driver. Look at this. Here's American Werewolf in London. It's just a beautiful, amazing book. If you like any kind of movie history, movie posters, Back to the Future, it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. And it's just got so much in it. So much in it. I just can't even tell you how much is in here. But you could spend hours, you could spend weeks looking at this book, getting ideas. So just want to kind of flip through just so you can kind of see some of the movies. Again, I'm just kind of being real. Look at Teenage Ninja Turtles, Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's even a little bookmark here that came in it. So it's just great. There's Star Wars, and a lot of them pull out. I'm telling you, this is totally worth it. Even if you had to pay $75 for it, it's worth it. But if you like any kind of movies, movie posters, but my point of this one is, and I do have Disney books as well. So any kind of books like on TV, movies, creation of such. They're all good books, but they're also a lot of this information, guys, you can get online. But what I want you to do is write it all down. Write down the ideas. Okay. That's why we're here today. So, all right, let's see. Let's put that one right there. I'm still thumbing through that one. Any kind of book on a specific something, like this one's on pencils, you should know. Pencils, you should know. And it's like the history of pencils. The history of the ultimate writing utensil in 75 anecdotes. Carolyn Weaver and C.W. Pencil Enterprise. And it's a chronicle book. I'm telling you, people, if it's a chronicle book, it's a good book. I've never seen a chronicle book I did not like, ever. Anytime I love this book. And it always turns out to be a chronicle book. So anyway, let's see if I don't know if it'll flip this way, but it starts out, from the earliest pencils, and it just goes through and it tells you every pencil and the history of every pencil. I'm sorry, but I love this kind of stuff. I love this kind of stuff. So it just goes through every kind of pencil. There's a Ticonderoga. So, and there's just so many. Oh my gosh, I love this book. It's so good, so cool. So it's not a book that wants to flip, though. It's kind of hard for me to do the flip through. So I'm just kind of pulling a couple pages here. There's going to be Blackwing, and there's the Blackwing. I got Blackwing. They did a re-release of the Blackwings, and Annie, my daughter in LA, she bought me a box of Blackwing re-released. Here's one. With the flat eraser like that. And Blackwing has all different ones out, but this one was their Blackwing matte. I don't know, it's not going to focus. But anyway. What is a chronicle book, Marsh? It's the publisher. Look, there's their logo. Chronicle. That's the publisher right there. It's not wanting to focus. But Chronicle Books, and that little glasses is their logo. Anything published by Chronicle Books is good. I'm just saying, I've never met a Chronicle book I didn't like, and I got a lot of them. So, but that's a good question. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry I didn't clarify that. So this is pencils, Carolyn Weaver. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm trying to keep my books kind of in stacks because there's going to be a lot. This one is called Remarkable Diaries, the world's greatest diaries, journals, notebooks, and letters. And it's a DK. DK are very good value. They're good quality books. And I think it's the Smithsonian that puts out DK, or DK publishes stuff from the Smithsonian, one or the other. But Riri sent me this one. If someone sends me a book, I try to keep their name in it. And so this one is diaries. Just it's broken out by years, and it's just different people's diaries, like for everybody from Anne Frank, just any famous people's diaries is what it is. And of course, like here's Vincent's letters. If he wrote to his brother, and they wrote back and forth to each other. John Muir, there's just tons and tons of different. Look at this, and I do have a couple books I'll show next that will carry into the next topic here. Okay. But it's just journals and diaries from famous people, and all different kinds, from artists to travelers, look, the voyages. Also, I did not pull any calligraphy books, but I've got a lot of those. But calligraphy is inspiring. Books on fonts, lettering, text, calligraphy. Write those down. Write that down. Did I write it down? Did I write down fonts, calligraphy? I think I wrote down calligraphy because I want to reread this list to you at the end of the day. Text. Okay. Lettering. I'm going to, after we're done with everything, I'm going to read you my list again. But I want y'all to keep your own list. Write down what occurs to you. Okay? Tina. Oh my gosh, Tina. You're so funny. Later this week, Dee will go into your homes and checking the list you made, and I'll be checking them twice. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to help you have ideas. That's why we have the Society of Idea Collectors. So you have your ideas collected. Okay, so I also have another one similar to this on like oddity books that people have collected, books of oddities, but I didn't pull that one either. But this is Remarkable Diaries, the world's greatest diaries, journals, notebooks, and letters, published by DK. And this one came out, let's see, let me give you a year. Forward by Professor Kate Williams. But if you look up DK books, you'll find it. It is published in 2020. So this one was 2020. DK published it. Okay, I'm trying to give y'all a lot of information. And again, do not ask the mods to give you links today. There's too many. There's too many for the mods to link you up. Okay, these two are big. They're big Mama Jamba books. This is going off of the one with the diaries and the journals that I just showed you. This is the Sea Journal, the Seafarer sketchbooks, and the Explorer sketchbooks, the Art of Discovery and Adventure. These are, oh, look, they're published by Chronicle. I'm telling you, any Chronicle book is a great book. All right, so this one came out in 2016 and then republished in 2017. And the Sea Journal came out in First published in, I think, 2019. Okay, so here's some information on this one if you want to grab it. Hugh Lewis Jones, forward by Don Walsh, over 450 illustrations. This one is the Sea Journal, the Seafarer Sketchbook. I know you are, Tina. I know you're kidding. I'm making a digital list. I'll post in the comments. Oh my gosh, Abigail. That's a lot of work, Abigail. I mean, seriously, you don't have to do that. People should have to do a little bit of work, Abigail. But you do what you want. But that's a lot of work. And I just pulled just 60. I mean, this is all I could probably do in a morning. And again, if you missed it, I will be giving away this Get Messy art. This came out in 2022. The No Rules, No Judgment, No Pressure Approach to Making Art by Kaylee Gray. And I'll do a flip through it right before we give it away. This is for US only. If you're international, I'm going to give away one of my prints that I did of collage print that I just printed. All right. So again, I'm going to just kind of flip in a minute, but I want you to kind of, am I a little flashed out? Let's see. Let me turn the brightness down just a little bit. There we go. Maybe, well, I might have turned it down too much. Let's go back up just a little. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. So this has lots of maps, ships, seafaring logs, and illustrations of and diaries of sea voyages. But it's just so inspiring. So inspiring. Look at this. Charts, graphs, maps. That's another one. Let me write down that. Charts. And I have books on charts, maps, and graphs. I don't think I pulled those either, but I want to make sure that's on the list. Because I'm trying to keep a running list over here behind me. And you could mind map any topic. You could do seafaring, you could do ships, you could and mind map it out, where they go, who it was, where, ask your questions, who, what, where, when, why, how, and as Mary goes, why not? And this is matte paper. But look at all the, again, these kind of illustrations, like I should have did I write down botanical and animal illustrations? Botanical and animal. I know I wrote down encyclopedias, but illustrations. And again, you can find a lot of this in your library or online. Old maps are cool. Yes, flat earth maps. Oh my gosh, Dina. Okay, so this one is the Seafarer's Journal, Seafarer Sketchbooks, Hugh Lewis Jones, and Chronicle Books. These ran about they said $40, I think, and I got these off of Amazon. I don't remember if they were 35-ish, on Amazon. Same thing for this one, the Seafarer Sketchbook, An Art of Discovery and Adventure. Same type of thing, except explorers. Am I close enough for you guys? Am I zoomed in enough? Some of the books are bigger than others, but I would like for y'all to make sure you can see them. Maybe that will be better. We'll see. So it's kind of the same thing, except on land, right? Look at these pictures of these diaries here. Do you have any books on Sir Francis Drake? Probably not a visual one. I mean, it might have a few pictures in it. Those would be in my biographies in another. These are my art book library. Those would be in a different. Those would be in my history. Hubster likes history and like current history, like U.S. and more current, like say the last 200-300 years. I like ancient history. The medieval and before, way back, before before just ancient history. I love ancient history. So that would probably be in his books. well, I say his books, there are books, but he has his divided up by certain topics himself. So, and he doesn't read any fiction. He reads very little fiction. I'll read fiction and history and any kind of where I learn things. I like to study and learn. He does not like fiction. I like mysteries, particularly British mysteries. Like, um, I've shown those to you before too. I'm not going to pull those today, but I love British mysteries. So there's some more pictures of their books, so you can just see it's actual photographs, and they talk about where they get the photographs, where they're from, and who, these are very interesting books, both of them. Let's see. All right, next, since we talked about children's books and movies, I did pull a couple of things on comics. I pulled, of course, the graphic novel that I just showed you, the new Mark Crilly, the comic book lesson. And I think I gave away already, because then I'll end up giving this one away too, to someone a younger person that can get something out of it. The drawing lesson, his other book, The Drawing Lesson. I read it. I gave it to Cam. He gave it back, and I think I passed it on to someone else. But this is Mark Crilly's newest one. I also have some of his other books too, but the only other one I pulled was the Realism Challenge by him. And again, I'm not pulling too many art technique books, but because I pulled Mark Crilly, I just kind of matched them up here. So the comic book lesson is a graphic novel about a young person, how to create a comic. I love these kind of books that Mark Crilly puts out. They're informative, but they're also just have a good message. These are just such good messages for young artists. Okay. In the Realism Challenge, we have done a couple of challenges out of this book in the past. This one came out a while back. Let's see, what year did this one come out? 2015. And again, we've done a couple of things out of this book. I think we did the leaf. I think we did the mushrooms. We did the mushrooms. We did do the mushrooms. I think we might have done a shell. But we've done a couple things out of here. But Mark Crilly shows you how to take an item and turn it into a realism. So that's the realism challenge. Mark Crilly. Drawing and painting secrets from modern masters of hyperrealism. A modern master of hyperrealism. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to keep my stats a little bit organized here. All right. So I pulled, here's a book on comics. I didn't pull any really comic books other than Mark Crilly, but this is DC Comics Cover Girls, and it's just, again, it's all the cover girls, from, all the girls, and again, inspirational and informative, and I actually even have a couple of DC put out, I think they put it out, color books for coloring comics. I've done a couple of those pages too. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I did a couple of pages. But anyway, if you're into comics, DC Comics Cover Girls, this is Louise Simonson, forward by Adam Hughes. And yeah, it's kind of an oversized book. I'm not measuring things for you guys either. I mean, I'm trying my best just to get through a lot of books. Okay, then speaking of comic-esque kind of books, we have our Linda Berry. So Linda Berry has put out different books on making comics syllabus. Those are probably her two most famous, popular books, and they look like they were done. And she does it that way on purpose in composition books. The composition books. I also have the Basquiat book, his sketchbooks that he actually did in composition books. And there's a published, I don't know how many, 5 of them, I think, in a book. I didn't pull that one because I kind of showed that one kind of recently, so I didn't pull that one. But I have his sketchbooks that are republished from composition books. Okay, and here comes Malibu. So Linda Berry has, I think this one's the one that kind of made her kind of famous. Okay, speaking about ancient history, have you ever looked into Japanese artists? I have a book about them. I didn't pull it. But hang on. I'm pretty sure it's the same person. Hang on. I have a biography on a couple of different Japanese artists as well, but I don't think I pulled them. But let me pull these to the side. I don't. Let's see. Who did you ask about again? Okay, so maybe no, it's not this one. I have another one. Maybe I did pull it and it's down here on the floor. I'm pretty sure I have a book by him or about him, Marsh, but I don't know that I have it right here. So this is a Taschen book, a Taschen. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Again, anything by Taschen or Taschen, these are good quality books and they come in different sizes. If you order off of Amazon, I've talked about this before. If you order off of Amazon, any book about, these art books like this, look at the size of them because some of them are big oversized books like the fashion book size one I showed you, and some are reprinted into smaller versions. So make sure, and that should be true anytime you buy a book off Amazon. Trust me, I know. I bought, oh, look at this awesome book, and it's like this big. You really have to make sure that you check the sizes of the books, even if it's the exact same title. Look at the size of the book to make sure. Okay. But anyway, this one here is Japanese woodblock prints, and it's the history of woodblock prints. I know this is not what you're talking about, Marsh, but I just pulled this one because it was next to I didn't pull my manga books either. I have tons of manga books, but I didn't pull those either. But this one is woodblock prints. So but these are what do you call it? Studio Ghibli artist. And there's a biography. Let me see. Hang on. I'm going to do a little rabbit trail. Where did I put it? I think it's in this sketchbook. I think I put it in the back here. I think I stuck it back here. Here it is. So there's a video out about him. It's called The Mind of a Master. Have you seen that, Marsh? The Mind of a Master. It's like maybe an hour and a half long video. Look. It's like an hour and a half long video on him. And I took notes and quotes. So this is what I do if there's an interesting YouTube video that I like the person and I want to learn from them. Look, this is what I do. So these are my notes on him. And these are two books. This one is about him. This one is a, what do you call it? Fan art. This is a fan art book. And, but anyway, it's called, and I don't want to mispronounce his name, Hayao Miyazaki. And the video is called The Mind of a Master. The Mind of a Master. So I'm going to stick this. I'll have to file this, but for right now, it's just in the back here. This is one of my current sketchbooks and idea journals. I have two or I probably have three going at the same time, not including the new one that I just got and covered. So there's that's a way to that's a way for you to gather information, ideas, and collect how an artist thinks and where do they get their ideas from. Watch those videos, watch those documentaries on famous artists, and keep a pen with you and write things down. Write down, well, what, he's talking about so and so and so and so. Well, what made him think about that? Ask questions. I have tons of questions in those notes that I took about what makes him think about what he does and where do he get his ideas. But anyway, so this one is actually about him and his work. So again, I'm not going to spend too much time. And I have his biography, but I didn't pull that either. But it's a big, thick book. It's his life story. I have that too. And I have another one by another famous anime artist and manga artist, but I didn't pull that one either. And then this one is My Neighbor. Well, here, let me just put it up here. And it's a bunch of like fan art. I don't remember how they did the collaboration, but it's a bunch of fan art. And okay. I don't know if that helped because that's not who you were asking about, Marsh. But yeah, I probably do, Marsh, but I didn't pull it. And I couldn't find it. It wouldn't take too long. Okay, so back over to Linda Berry. And I did speak, while I was in there, I found the book I was talking about Jean-Michel Basquiat. I always say it wrong. Don't email me, people. Well, you know what? Let me do it here. Hang on. Because we want to be correct here. I try to do this anytime I can't pronounce something. Hang on. I'm not taking the time to do it today very much because I want to get through all these books. Jean Michel Bass. And I did pull a book about his art too, just to show you like art history type books. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. Let me turn up the volume.
Jean-Michel Basquiat. Jean-Michel Basquiat.
So if you don't know how to pronounce something, just put it in how to pronounce, it'll come up. So anyway, I will go through, I'll show you this real quick because I pulled Linda Berry's books here. Let's do hers first. Oh, good. I'm glad, Carla. And hi, Missy, Carla. Anybody else? Hi, C&P. Fernando. Hi, Fernando. Who else? I'm not sure who Jane Doe is, but welcome, Jane. I don't think I've met you before. Let's see who else. There's Devin. I'm trying to see anybody I missed. So we're going through books today. I pulled about now. No, baby, you can't have those beads. Get out of my beads. Malibu's sitting up here on the table. I pulled about now. It's probably about 65 or 70. No, baby, I'm gonna have to make you get down. Okay, you're gonna have to get down. You can't get into the bead tray. There you go. So Linda Berry is a teacher and notes from an accidental professor, and she does a lot of her stuff either in composition books or on yellow legal tablets. And she shows you how to not be afraid to write down your ideas, collect your ideas. Don't be fearing. Don't be scared. Doodle, draw, collect. It's kind of like when we do Society Idea Collector, but she's being more specific on a topic and or topics. See, your composition notebook. So she would make her students. This is an actual class. This is an actual class that she taught. Is it in Maine or Maryland? I forget. But anyway, a college course. And you got your composition book and you had to do all these different exercises. And look, games, activities, studying, observations. It's a very great book for idea generating and idea gathering. I mean, you may not like the little, naivety of her drawings, but that's part of the her thing. And so this one came out. Let's see here. It's all in here with and it is under graphic novels. 2014. So that's syllabus, and then her newer one is making comics. This one came out. Might be in the back. 2019. So this is the same type of thing except making comics. Y'all have any questions? Put them in caps. I'm just going to do a little flip through here. She talks about stories, gathering stories. She makes her students go out and do all kinds of exercises. I really need to reread these because every time I've gone through these books, I always get new ideas. And then this is another one of her books. I have other ones, but these are the only three I pulled. What it is, this is a formless thing which gives things form. And it is kind of like her, kind of like a biography, maybe not her whole life, but she had a kind of a rough life, but she talks about it, and this is all mostly done on yellow legal pads, not all of it, but anyway, it's the same kind of thing. And she has a little like herself, like here's her self-portrait. And so anyway, she just got so much like symbolism and just a lot. I'm going to keep these out because just flipping through them, I'm already getting inspired again to look at them again because it's been a while since I looked at them. So anyway, they're Linda Berry. So this one is published by Drawn and Quarterly. I think this one is as well. And so syllabus, Linda Berry with a Lyn, and making comics. And this is a hardback, what it is. I don't know if this comes, let me see what year this one came. I don't know if there's a soft cover with this one out, but they're published by Drawn and Quarterly. This is also under graphic novels. Here's the sleeve. I'm trying to find where the information is about this book, but it's probably in here somewhere. So I'm not sure what year this one was published. Okay. You can catch great deals on Amazon on 12 packs of composition notebooks. Yeah, you can. There's and also school supplies out right now. School supplies because schools, well, this already started here, but so you can get them at Walmart, Target, whatever, composition books. Okay, let me put this over here. So I'm going to go back through those. So anyway, I did find the book that I was talking about where Jean-Michel did his books in and I even put the pronunciation. Last time we showed this book, I wrote it down. Last time we showed this book. This came out 2015. And what it is I think there's 5 of his notebooks. I think there's 5 of his notebooks in here that are all back to back. See, this is the composition. These are covers. And they're just like his notes. His little doodles, his notes, and I think there's 5 different composition books in this. And y'all know, there's also a documentary on him on YouTube. It's probably about 2 hours long, and it's sad. I'm just saying, it's sad. But it's a really good documentary on him. Last I looked, it was there for free, but it's been a while, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, these are his notebooks. Edited by Larry Warsh. Okay. It's in a hardback. All right, let's see. Here's a book about his art. Again, this is a Tashin. I'm not sure how to pronounce. Let's look that up. I wonder if they'll have that. The publisher, how to pronounce. Let's put that in there. Chen. Let's see. Okay, it's German publisher that's on YouTube. Let's see. Hang on. Taschen. Okay, that's how it is. Taschen. Okay, I got it. All right, so thank you, Jane. Let's see. Trust me, science books I love, and I got some good Chronicle illustrated science books. I didn't pull those either. So I'm trying to do like as much of an overview. So I pulled this one. Pulled a couple different artist books just to show y'all these kind of books that are not very expensive. But you can get so much information. Again, look at the sizes so you don't get like thinking you're getting some big coffee table book. But here are 4 of the ones I pulled of my like biographies on. Okay. And again, I'm not sure what years they were published. Let's see. But I think he passed away in 80, maybe 85, 84, 85. I'm trying to see when the book was published. But there he is right there. He was friends with Andy Warhol and in the whole New York scene during that time. Let's see. 2020 is when this one came. No, original edition 2018 and then republished in 2020. So it's got, all his art in here. I've actually seen his art at our High Museum in Atlanta, and some of it is so huge. It's just like, floor to ceiling. Some of this art is just ginormous. And that's one of the things about going to a museum. So much of the art is either way bigger or way smaller than you think. And a lot of his stuff was way bigger than I thought it would be. So it just tons. It's just huge. The books are like 400 pages, 500 pages, 500 pages. This is a famous photograph of him right here. There's a couple of them. But his art is just really cool to see in person. So I showed that with the, composition books. And then here's Vermeer. This is one of my favorite artists. Again, these are all the Taschen. Did I just say Taschen? It means bags in German, Abigail. Okay. That's interesting. Here's a lot of close-ups of the painting. Girl with the pearl earring. Some different inclusions or pullouts here. Details. I love the symbolism in these kind of things. And I didn't pull any of my Dolly books. I got probably 4 books on Dolly. And we did go to the Dolly Museum in Florida 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, something like that. Anyway, and we took Boo and Cam. And what fascinated Boo was, and this was 10 years ago, she would have been 9 or 10, whenever it was. And that Dolly I think was afraid of grasshoppers. And she saw that somewhere in the Dolly Museum. And that fascinated her about being afraid of grasshoppers. Anyway, so yeah. And then I got this one on David Hockney. And I'm reading this one. I haven't got that far in it, but this is where I'm at reading the book on Hockney. The swimming pool scenes are probably the one you're probably most familiar with if you see that. Like, let's see, did I just see one? So, but it's funny because, he's old now, but it starts out, when he was very, very young. Let me see here. That's one picture. Let me see if I got a. And now he looks like this. Okay. All right. There's those two. And then another one that I love because I love symbolism is Bosch. And again, there's different sizes of these. I've had this one in a larger version as well, in a Hieronymus Bosch, and y'all seen my carving. I did a. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. Nope, that's the gargoyle. Where's my Bosch? Well, where'd he go? I don't know. I have a hand. Oh, there he is. I was going to say I have a hand carved stamp. Oh, yeah, I did carve him. So, let's see. Hi, Lucette. Julie told us a friend of grasshoppers, but walked an armadillo down the street. Julia. So anyway, if y'all probably most familiar with this triptych, the Garden of Delights, I think the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Delights. I forget what its exact title is, but so much symbolism. I have printouts here, and information on all the different his symbolism, and it's just, I mean, it's really creepy, but it all meant something at the time. I mean, these were 1474. You're talking about 1474 the year, 1474. Then here we get into 1504 to 1516, the later works. But anyway, yeah, a lot of religious connotations and what things mean, and yeah. Okay, I won't get into too much of that, but then this one right here is called the Skillful Huntsman, Visual Development. And this is what I think, I have to remember, I haven't read this one a long time either. A bunch of guys, I think mostly, maybe there was a girl in there. But anyway, got together and tried to imagine. Well, let me see if I can find the exact thing here. Okay. Maybe I'll read a little bit of this. This one came out in 2005. What you hold in your hands is very old and very new. When the Skillful Huntsman was first written down in a book of fairy tales by the Brothers Grimm, there was no internet, no movies, no television, and no radio. They had no keyboards to type on or indoor light bulbs to type it by. About the latest fun thing was tinned, like the tin, like, a tin, food, except no one thought to invent the can opener. So maybe it wasn't that fun after all. It was an era of wars and horror stories such as those of Edgar Allan Poe and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Even back then, the Skillful Huntsman was a granddaddy of a tale. Storytellers first whispered it over looms and fires at the time of the Black Death. A medieval shocker full of decapitation, drawing and quartering, and chopping of tongues. It was a verbal echo of the violences and dangers in our pre-traffic light world. The artists who have revisited the Brothers Grimm's tale in the pages of this book are all very new. Most of them were born long after Star Wars or Star Trek, or the ubiquitous email. Many of their images were painted on a computer. Indoor light bulbs extinguished because of the glare. Yet theirs is also, in its own way, a dark time, a time of devastating wars, global terror, blah, blah. This going on. I don't want their whole history. Y'all know what current events are. The artists who have created this wonderful book, these young brothers Grimm, who have reimagined this dark little tale in its original fury. So they've reimagined the Brothers Grimm's tale. And here's all the different artists. 2005. 2005, 2015, 2005 and 2015. So again, here's the actual tale. They published the whole Brothers Grimm tale, and they've reimagined it in a more like, it's almost like if you were a game concept designer, like a game concept designer. That's how they've reimagined the tale. So here are all their sketches, and yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, I was just getting, I want to keep it lighthearted. I don't want to get into all the wars and stuff. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so these are the concept art that they did and developed for the tale. If you haven't read the tale, just go look up the Skillful Huntsman. I mean, what was the movie that I think it was a Thor guy was in it, wasn't it? There's 2 or 3 different movies versions of it. And it was just, I think it was just on over the weekend. So I saw it on the movie channel or whatever. And it was on over the weekend. Okay, baby, you're going to have to let mama turn the pages. You're going to have to back up if you want to stay up here. So anyway, it's a lot of the concept art that they did, and reinventing the story, right? It's an awesome book. Marsh, you'd probably love this. I don't know if he's still here, but Marsh makes comics. Yeah. The creatures, the costumes. So it's called The Skillful Huntsman. Visual development of a baby. You're gonna have to move, honey. You're gonna have to move. Here's their names right here. I already showed that earlier, cat and base. No, not for this. You're gonna have to move, or you're gonna have to get down. Okay. Sorry. All right. Oh, here's another children's book that I didn't show. The 11th Hour. I got this for $5.97. I have this in a softback, a hardback. This is another edition, but I love this book, so I've bought it a few times. And this one I've never opened the packaging on this one. So, but if you like, children's books are so inspiring. I know, she's just like she's a camera hog. I don't even put myself on camera, but every couple of years. Oh, but if y'all have not seen it, and I got to tell you, if you go watch it, the quality is really bad. It was back when we were on Ustream, and Denise and I did a clean, like a destash of my room here. Oh my gosh. Me and her had so much fun on that. It's like one of the only family videos that I still have up on. I think everything else is pretty much private. I put everything on private on my family videos. But that one of me and Denise, probably going on probably 10 years now. I would say maybe Picola would know. Picola, is that video 10 years old yet? And where we were going through my stuff and destashing and throwing away stuff, because I had printed out, now you can find everything on the internet, but I used to print out anything I just wanted to remember or learn or keep. So I had stacks and stacks and stacks of printouts of then Denise was going, we're throwing this away. And it was just so fun. We had so much fun. But again, the quality and the sound is horrible. But if you can look past that, it's hilarious. All right. So let's see. Now, I've already shown you, and we've been working kind of through these books, the 365 Days of Art and Nature, and we're just doing like 5-minute little tweak thing, just some quick little things out of these 2 books. But there's also the 365 Days of Creativity, and there's also one that I don't think, 365 Days of Drawing. Beth Schuler's going through this one, so we haven't been doing this one because Beth is doing that one. So we've been doing these just off and on. I try to do one a week. We've done a few, and I've tabbed them there. We've done a few of these. I'm not going to go through the ones the notebook where we're keeping these in because that's so recent. So I'm just going to set that aside. Okay. I have a few books like this one, the Street Sketchbook. This one's Tristan Manco. There's a second one. There's a second book to the companion to this one. I just pulled this one, and I pulled. Where's this one? This is a little bit different, but this is Street Artist Sketchbook. It's different graffiti artists and their sketchbooks. Let's see, that would have been one of the first Denise down the tree color sessions. Yeah, it was so fun, wasn't it, Julie? Julie's been around since day one. So this is Street Sketchbook, Tristan Manco, Inside the Journals of International Street and Graffiti Artists. And I don't know if this is still available. There's a book 2. I think book 1 is better than book 2, but there is a second one, a second like follow-up, I don't know if this is still available. Oh, guess what? It's a chronicle book. Hi, Amy. We're doing book show and tell today for ideas. It's about collecting ideas rather than I try to avoid doing too many technique books or medium books like watercolor or calligraphy or any kind. I'm trying to do more books that will generate ideas. So everybody's supposed to be keeping a list as we go. We're going to do a giveaway in a little bit. Okay, so this one came out. This one came out. Baby, get out of it. Let me move those beads. You're going to have to get out of the beads, honey. I don't want you swallowing a bead, me having to do cat Heimlich maneuver. Whatever that would be called. I don't have to do a Heimlich maneuver on my cat. So let's move the beads and the tail. All right. So this one came out in 2007. And I think the other one came out 2, maybe 3 years later. But it's all the sketchbooks. And again, I'm just going to do a kind of a quick flip. Sketchbooks of graffiti and street artists. It's their actual photographs. Did you find another bead on the table? Oh, gosh, she did. And it's their sketchbooks. Hi, Zippy. You got probation. Oh gosh. Zippy, you're a hoot. Zippy has a channel up now, a compilation of all different clips where Zippy's appeared. There's a couple of me in there too. Zippy threw me under the bus on his channel. Not really. Anyway, but yeah, so it's all different street artists. Like, see, look, it's their actual sketchbooks. We're talking idea generating books today, Zippy. Where is it? Where is my Zippy anyway? Where's my little Zippy, the unicorn? Oh, he's downstairs. My little Zippy that spits out rainbow balls. All right, I've got to go get it. Hang on. I got to go get my Zippy. Hang on. I have to get Zippy. Maybe this will get rid of the cat. Wait for it. She jumped. She did jump. You want that? You want to go chase it? So hi, Zippy. Okay, now you have to get off the book. Okay, so sorry, unicorn trail. Baby, gonna have to move off the book. Oh. So, these are sketchbooks by street and graffiti artists. See, the actual sketchbooks. I know, Malibu, right? Oh. So it's like I said. Oh, here's some pictures of some of the actual photos of the books here. So this one I got at the High Museum in their bookstore a few years ago, and it's a doodle book by street artists, and they published it as a color book. And it's Outside the Line Street Art Doodle Book compiled by Dave the Chimp. And it came out, there's my High Museum sticker, 2010. And when we went to the museum, Cameron and I each got one of these because we loved it so much. I just love this book so much, but I'm going to flip through it. And I did color a few things in it, but if there's any color in it, it's because I colored it, because it's all black and white. This book is all black and white. I know, very persistent. And if I lock her out, she howls, literally howls at the door. So I can't lock her out, you know. Oliver's sleeping in the perch in the window downstairs. There's another one I colored there. So I just love this book. Cam and I both just loved it. Of course, he would have been, if I got this in 2010, he's 22 now. He would have been 12, I guess. He would have been 11 or 12. And, you know, when we got these. I didn't get it to actually color in it, but I did color a few things in it. I got it for the ideas and the inspiration. So there's a couple of street art books. Okay. So let's see. All right, sticker books. I only pulled this one because it's the most artsy of our sticker books, the John Darien one, and a treasure trove of 700 stickers. This is he's a collage artist, and this is like some of the things that he's collected in his life that are in the public domain, and so he put them together in a sticker book. So these are all stickers, but I'm just going to kind of flip through just so you can kind of see. I have two copies of this, the one that I work out of, and then this one that I don't use because I love the art in it. So I keep this one as like just the art book of it, and the other one I actually use. But you can get this one at Barnes & Noble. It is on Amazon as well, but you can get this one at Barnes & Noble. And it's just odd things. I mean, it's just like random. It's just so random. That's what I love about it. The whole book is random. So most of us like to do collage and art journaling have this book already. Or multiple copies, Colleen. But it's a very cool sticker book. Like this one, it's the eyeball as a sticker. So if you don't know John Darien, look him up. There's probably YouTube videos. I'm almost positive there's a YouTube video about him and his process and creating collages. So there you go. All right. Then another one of my favorite artists that's very inspiring to me is Nick Bantock. If y'all don't know, and I didn't pull his books, Griffin and Sabine. I have all the Griffin and Sabine. I think I have every book by Nick Bantock, including his biography. I did not pull those because I've shown those kind of recently. But what I did pull, I thought I pulled one other one. Here's two of them. Yeah, here. I pulled 3 of his books, but I did not pull any of the Griffin and Sabine or his biography. Let me get a little bit of my lemon water here. I pulled 3 other ones. Janet and I did this one. It's a puzzle, dubious documents. And all my Post-it notes and stuff are still in here. What this is 12, I believe. And Janet and I did this over the phone. We did it in just a couple of days. If you ever get this book and you want to do these puzzles, it's much more fun to do it with somebody. So Janet and I did it together over the phone and in a couple of days, just whenever we had a little bit of time. And there's all my notes. I don't want to show you the notes because I don't want to give the answers away. But there's 12 little pockets, little envelopes. There's 12 little envelopes, and in each one is a little mini poster. And I'm going to watch for my notes because my Post-it notes are in all these. Yeah, see, there's my, let me take off the Post-it note. But they're puzzles to solve. And once you solve one puzzle, I think there's 12. Is there 12 or 14? I don't remember. But once you solve one puzzle with the clues, then you take the answers from each of the puzzles and put them together to form a sentence, and that's the answer. So, but it could be anything. It could be anything on here. It could be the clue or the answer. And it could be front or back. So they give you a clue, you search out the answer on like pocket 1 or envelope 1, then you write down your answer, and then you get 12 answers. I think 12 or 14, 12, I think. Once you get all 12 of them, you put them together to find the final answer. I know I love Griffin and Sabine too, so I don't want y'all to see my notes there, but there's 12 of these, and he's a collage artist. He's an amazing artist. He started out as well, hang on. Let me go grab this biography. And as soon as this came out, because I had all his books except like this one and this one are newer from the biography, maybe this one too. But Griffin and Sabine and all of them had been out. And when I saw that there was a Nick Bantock biography, oh, baby, I was on it. I didn't care how much it cost. It was only $40, I think, but I was on it. So this is his biography. And let me see when it came out. But he's a collage artist that started out as a book cover designer. Well, started out. He was an artist his whole life. This came out in 2000, and that's when I bought it. The day it came out, I was there. So this was just 22 years ago that this book came out. I love his biography. So he's a collage artist, but he does faux ephemera. All this, like we use fake, we use stamps and old envelopes and stuff like that. We use that stuff in our collage, our mixed media, our art journaling. He made these. These are his. He actually produced those faux stamps and all that. And so here's some of the drawers. He has a whole book of these drawers. The Egyptian jukebox. And so now I'm going to get back toward the front of his book here, where he did book covers. All right, here's starting the Griffin and Sabine. The story of the Griffin and Sabine is he went into his post office in UK. I forget where it was. I could read here. But anyway, this is the birth of the Griffin and Sabine series. And he saw, I think it was a blue envelope. Somebody had got a blue envelope at the post office. And he said, why isn't all mail like that? Why isn't it all happy mail? He actually drew them or more of collage. No, I think it was a combination, Devin. And I'd have to look at each piece to tell you which each one is. So, but that's how Griffin and Sabine here. Y'all want to hear a little bit? Let's see, it's almost 10:30. I think I'm looking at my stack of books. I think we're good. Okay. First post office story of the birth of Griffin and Sabine. On a gruesome February morning in 1990, I went to town at our local friendly post office to collect my mail. Inside the small building were a couple of my island compatriots. So he must have been living somewhere. Where was he living? I thought he was in the UK, but he must have been on an island. Keys in hand, about to retrieve their post from the bank of silver boxes at line 1 wall, while I was liberating my ugly brown bills and useless gaudy circulars, I noticed that the person in front of me had plucked out a plum. I thought it was blue. Plum, hand addressed, blue airmail letter, complete with a large tropical stamp. I uttered something to the effect of "lucky sod," and the woman beside me, who obviously shared my sentiment, echoed, "It's not fair, is it?" As I started up the road, I was muttering to myself, how come I don't get not email. Back up the bus, beep, beep. How come I don't get mail like that? And the answer came back, if you don't send letters, you won't get replies. I mused. I suppose everyone wants the perfect letter. It was a train of thought that could easily have ended there, but I've done far too much therapy for my own good, and I began toying with the peculiar notion of writing letters to myself. I considered what would make the perfect mail. I surmised that it would need to be colorful, exotic, mysterious, romantic, and even prophetic. An hour or two later, I wisely decided that it would probably be saner if the letter I was thinking of writing were addressed to someone other than me. On further reflection, I thought a one-sided correspondence wouldn't be enough. Anyone receiving a letter containing all the special properties would have to respond, in which case I would have to create mail going both ways. And if I were going to do that, I might as well go the whole hog and turn the thing into an expository story. I mulled it over for a couple of days and decided that an imaginary correspondence could tie in with something else I'd been thinking about. Running through the hundreds of paintings and drawings that had spilled out over me over the years were a number of themes, both visual and philosophical. Some of the art had been for book covers, some was art for sale, so I'd never really properly linked them together. Well, that was a quick. If I had included postcards in this fictional exchange of mail, then I could sew together the threads of all those ideas and images that had precipitated my adult years. It was beginning to fit together nicely, but there was still something missing from my mix, and it had to do with the jealousy I experienced at the post office around the envelope itself. One of the key pleasures of receiving a letter is the act of holding and entering an envelope, a sort of cross between Christmas and sex. What better way, I thought, of reproducing a physical sensation of expectation than providing the book's reader with a chance to open the envelope themselves. And it goes on, of course, but that's how he started the idea of the Griffin and Sabine. Griffin and Sabine is like, I don't know, 9 books maybe, and they're small, they're square little books, and they have envelopes and correspondence between him and a girl. And so it's back and forth, back and forth. And all the envelopes open up kind of like this one that I just showed you in this puzzle book. And so every one of these has a poster in it. And so Griffin and Sabine was a prequel to this book here. And because this is a puzzle book, and you could have done answered online and been entered into a drawing, but Janet and I didn't do that. So. But anyway, this is the Artful Dodger, and his there he is when he was younger, and some of his book covers are here at the beginning. Book covers and pop-up books. So anyway, that is I love Nick Bantock. And then he put out a couple other books here I want to show you. This one is Urgent Second Class, Creating Curious Collage, Dubious Documents, and Other Art from Ephemera. And that's what it is. It's how to create your own faux ephemera. And he takes you through all his process and how he's done a lot of it, the faux stamps and, the icons and the hieroglyphic type stuff. So that's what this book is about. Then this one, it was his little, again, going back to our book theme of the day on ideas and collecting ideas, The Trickster's Hat, A Mischievous Apprenticeship in Creativity. And this little book here, we tried to do some of the projects. There's a whole bunch of different collage projects. We tried doing some of them here on the stream, but some of them take so long. Some of them you're not really supposed to read ahead. So then you have to plan out what you want. You have to gather your supplies, and that's hard to do on a live stream. Oh, excuse me. Let me spend 30 minutes gathering up supplies. So it didn't really work well to do these projects on stream, although we did try a couple of them. But I'll read just a little bit about this one too, because I love it. For the wide-eyed wanderers. And here again is all the exercises. There's 48 of them, I believe. 48 exercises on prompts for collage. If you want a shortcut to originality, this book isn't for you. That's a warning right there. Where to start? Okay. All right. I'm going to read this because this is the what I always read when I bring this book up. I love this. Okay. Let me wet my whistle and I'm going to read another paragraph. Where to start? It's dusk. A stranger is driving around the countryside, utterly lost. Eventually, he comes to a tiny hamlet. The place is deserted apart from a little man sitting on a rustic fence. The stranger winds down the window, winds down. Do anybody wind down a window anymore? The stranger winds down his window and asks for direction to Fortune's Hall. The little man removes his peculiar, battered hat, places it upside down between his knees, scratches his head, and without looking up, begins. It's like this, he says. You take the first right, the third left, the second right, pass over the humpback bridge, and you'll carry on till you reach the Goat's Arms. A mile after that, you'll see, ... And so he continues for a full 2 minutes. Finally, he contemplates the impossibly convoluted stream of directions, replaces his hat, fixes the stranger with a piercing gaze, and declares, "But if I were you, I wouldn't start from here." Our friend the stranger has a problem. If you were he, what would you do next? You cannot retrace your steps. There's no one else to ask. Are you obliged to keep driving in the hope that you will stumble on your destination before the night descends? A troublesome conundrum, or maybe not. If you are less specific about your destination, then maybe you aren't lost at all. Let's see. This is the other one I want to read. Among reasons. On wanting to be an artist. Let's see. It may be in the first chapter, that other little thing that I wanted to read. Maybe I should just continue on. All right, I'm going to read a little more. Of all the reasons for being an artist, there is one that outweighs all others. Art offers a path to our souls. But this path isn't direct. There are no shortcuts. The road is confusing, and seemingly getting lost along the way is inevitable. However, perhaps there is a point. After all, if it were simply a matter of going from A to B as a crow flies, how much would we learn along the way? In order to gather wisdom, we are obliged to stumble bum or search careeningly us against the periphery of our comfort and comprehension. By nature, these wanderings aren't easy. We have been told so many times that if we want something badly enough and focus hard enough, we can have it. But that concept falls prey to the notion that we can conceive what we need, that we know the best way to go, and there is a best way to go. We can't get far enough back from the road to see the topography. Our perception of where we might be going will thankfully always be wrong. That's where the trickster comes in. Having a wise joker at our journey's companion, someone whose very nature embodies misdirection. It is an enormous asset, and we need all the help we can get. So for the duration of this book, the trickster, who comes ready furnished with a map and an exercise hat, will be joining us. He has much to give, but remember, he has no qualms about tripping us awake if our boots get too filled with ego. So then he's got all the different exercises in the book for you to do. And some of them are long. Some of them are 15 minutes. Some of them are 2 days. Some of them you mail to somebody and they work on it and they mail it back. So there's a lot to the book. But it's very inspiring and very idea-filled. Okay? All right, so those are some of my Nick Band talk books, but not his most famous ones, which are Griffin and Sabine. All right, I keep knocking over my little cardstock list here. All right, let's see. There it goes again. The back of my chair keeps knocking it off. Let's move it somewhere else. Let's move it up. There we go. Okay, so, and my chair is a squeaky chair, but it's my most comfortable 25-year-old chair. I'm not getting rid of it, so it squeaks. The Artist in the Office, How to Creatively Survive and Thrive 7 Days a Week by Summer Pierre. I haven't looked at this one in a while either. Let's see, when did it come out? I was just trying to pull all different idea books. This one came out in 2010. Again, I don't know how hard they would be to find. Hi, Keisha. We're doing book chat today. Book chat on ideas. So this one is about, having a full-time job and still doing creativity. I'm skimming the text and stuff, but I really love the illustrations and things in it too. So, why we work, the truth about jobs, the job is not the problem, the tale of the crappy job and how it still worked. So anyway, it's about, doing your art and having a full-time job. And of course, just this little things about lunchtime adventures. And most of us have worked most of our lives in other jobs. I mean, I was fortunate to have quite a few creative jobs. I worked for a cross-stitch company designing books. I've did visual merchandising and decorating stores and mannequins and things. And then I could come home and do my art, so and raise the kids, so I've wasted my life. It's too late. I've lost so much. Well, I won't tell you how old I was when I started streaming. Let's see. But it's got some good, even though it's, 2010, it's still got a lot of, things to try and do so you don't feel stuck. Thank you, Janet. Janet, Zippy's now you gotta take Zippy with a grain of salt. Take Zippy with a grain of salt or a rainbow ball. Okay. This one is really famous and popular, and it's Art and Fear: Observations on the Perils and Rewards of Art Making, David Bales and Ted Orland. And this one is kind of deep. This one's going to make you think. And let me see if maybe I could read a couple chapters out. I mean, not chapters, but contents. This first came out in 1993. At least my version here did. Maybe this being republished. The nature of the problem, a few assumptions, art and fear, vision and execution, imagination, materials, uncertainties, fears about yourself, pretending, talent, perfection, annihilation, magic, expectations, fears about others, understanding, acceptance, approval, finding your work, the outside world, ordinary problems, common ground, art issues, competition, navigating the system, the academic world, faculty issues, student issues, books about art, conceptual worlds, techniques, ideas and techniques, craft, new work, creativity, habits, art and science. So, and then the human voice. And so it's all about art and fear. I won't get into it too much because otherwise we'll be in the weeds with it all day. And I'm only about halfway through the book. Carrie Smith also, if you've ever done the Wreck This Journal, Carrie Smith's got probably 10, 15 different books out on wrecking the journal and different versions of that. And this one's called The Wander Society. And this may have a bunch of writing because I gave one to Cameron and he gave one back and he might have kept the new one. But anyway, this is all about, here, let me just read a little bit of this to you. Am I missing anything? How my mods hanging in there? I told them, do not put links. My mods are not putting links to all these books today. So yeah, that's why you got to write it down, right? Julie? And Julie does something artistic every day, literally every day. So, and works at a job. So, just saying. Do you ever find yourself increasingly distracted and unable to focus? Do you feel like technology is taking up too much of your attention and time? Do you remember a time when you were much more present with all your activities? Have you had a sense that there is more to life than what you have been doing, but you are not sure how to access this? Do you feel delusioned by a society that seems entirely focused on monetary gain? Do you have a sense that you are, and it's kind of hard to read because you like use a typewriter that's like messed up. So some of the U's are, not online. Do you have a sense that you are experiencing things secondhand, filtered through various forms of media and entertainment? Have you lost a sense of ownership to the place in which you live? Do you find your quiet talents going unused and unnoticed in a world that values bravado, celebrity, publicity, and money? If you answered yes to 3 or more of these questions, then the Wander Society can offer a respite. This small anonymous organization is looking for thinkers to conduct research. No experience needed. Membership is completely anonymous. The world is waiting for your gifts. And it's all about finding things out in the world. 2016, and there's just so much to it. I don't know if you ever they back in the homeless days, they were called hobos, and there's a whole, I don't know if I remember she covers this in here, but I have another book on symbolism, and hobos used to leave symbols on gate posts and trees and different things. Like one symbol would mean a nice lady lives here, another symbol would mean don't go here, they're not going to give you anything, and there's a whole language for the hobos. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. They were wandering homeless people, and they had symbols. But anyway, so I think that's where she got the idea for that. But anyway, it's just all kinds of little document everything, assignments, research, and field work. It's like if you were like a researcher in the world. And very creative. Of course, she's very creative if you've ever done any of her books. And she's got tons of them. Let's see if she's got a list of them here. Does she have a list of them? But some of the contents: the nature of wandering, a brief definition, wandering as a metaphor, what wandering is not about, the philosophy of wandering, the importance of randomness, the mystical nature of wandering, the truth about boredom. I mean, it's just so much. Then it goes on to setting out, a portable research station. I mean, there's just so much different little things, assignments, and imaginary wandering, and just, just tons. There's just tons in here. But I was trying to find, and she's basing it off Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass here. Let's see. I know she has a list, some stickers in the back. I know she has a list here somewhere, but you just look her up. You'll see all her different books. I was trying to see if she had a list of her books. But Carrie Smith, I think this is the last book that I've seen of hers. She may have other ones out, but this was the last one that I've found of hers. Okay. Let's see. All right, trying to keep it moving here, people. All right, as Keisha would say, moving on. Well, she says it better than that, but okay. So here's a couple more. These are books about women artists, and again, kind of getting into the idea and biographies as well. But these are different books about women artists. The Big Important Art Book with now with women. There's also a Big Important Art Book just in general, but this one's about women. I think I got this one at Books A Million. It came out. They always used to have all the information in the front. Oh, here it is. Sometimes now they move it to the back of the book. 2018. And this is Danielle Crissa. Profiles of unstoppable female artists and projects to help you become one. So there's just little prompts and things for you to do in this to help you get past, getting stuck. but it's also a nice visual of a lot of different women artists. So again, I'm trying not to spend too much time on any one book, but it's really very inspiring, as is this one. I just saw this. I remember reading her story. A Glorious Freedom, Older Women Leading Extraordinary Lives. And this is Lisa Cogden. I've got some other books of hers as well, technique type books. I didn't pull those. So, oh, look, it would be a chronicle book. I don't know what this one was. That's not a chronicle book. This one's chronicle. And so anyway, it's again different artists, and they discuss older women artists, and they discuss their process, how they got where they are, what they've been through, and tips and techniques and ideas and what they think about being an older woman artist. So there's that. A Glorious Freedom. Am I missing a lot of stuff that people are putting in caps? Symbol for a nice lady leaves here with the kitty cat. I have the magnet. She's sleeping over here next to me. I moved the beads so she can't choke on the beads. All right, let's see. A couple other things, if y'all have never had, like Janet and I, or and some of y'all, I just use Janet as my reference point, who, by the way, comes on at 1:00 Eastern. Clip art books. If you've never had the privilege and honor of not having the internet and having to look up things in books, clip art books used to be a thing. Well, I still have all my clip art books, but this one I just pulled just to show you an idea of what some of the clip art books had. This is, some of them even have CDs in them. I don't know if this one does. But clip art books, this one's 1,000 motifs for crafters, but there's every topic. Now, all my clip art books are downstairs, so I didn't bring any of those up here. But clip art books are line art, mostly all line art in black and white. There's some color, but it's mostly all black and white line art. And these books, whether not necessarily want to use the exact, like as a motif or something, an advertising or whatever, but you might just get ideas from the line art. And this is just, like I said, this one is just motifs, but there's tons of other topics. There's books on men, women, transportation, architecture. There's a book, there is a clip art book on everything. And it's all black and white line art that really it's very inspiring if you have never seen those. All right. Here's another little creative spark book. This is Jim Krause, and this is a How book. I don't even know if How is still a publisher. They used to have a magazine. How Designs used to have a magazine out, kind of like Imagine FX is out now. How used to be a very popular graphic design magazine. Now, these little books were expensive for their little size, and this one's quite even older. Again, I mean, this was $25 for this little book. But it's very inspiring. Creative Sparks. Let me see when this one came out. (2003). So, if you're wanting to get into Digi and stuff like that, look into the Imagine FX magazines and books and things that I've shown, more Digi type stuff. But I'm trying to show you different books on inspiration, ideas, and sparks, right? Bye, Devin. Anybody else coming in and out? Only 1,000. That's just in that one book, Zippy. I've got hundreds of those. Okay, so anyway, and they do color code them by different topics: practical matters, designer's notebooks, on the job, projects and exercises, concepts, and life practices. And they're all color coded. So if you want to go to a certain one of those topics, you can go to these pages, depending, they color coded it, So I put that there because that's where the contents is. And it's just all different kinds of little inspirational graphic design, graphic designing ideas. And it's just random. It's a lot of, I mean, so many vary, such a variety. But just looking at the images can be inspiring. It is for me. I don't know if it's inspiring for you guys just to look at images and you'll get some idea. And again, just because you can get an idea from a book or a magazine or online, a TV show, whatever, like the movie poster ones I showed, you could get ideas from that, and you don't have to stop everything and go do it right then. You can if you want, but that's why you need a notebook or some kind of sketchbook notebook. My Society of Idea notebook is how I do it. 3-ring binders, composition books, some place to collect the ideas that occur to you, because you're going to look at something and you're going to see something totally different on this than I would see. But you need to write down what it is that inspires you, what you see. Is it the color? Is it, the graphic design, the layout, the composition, the negative space? What is it that you like about an image or something that you've read? Write that down. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, so let's go to these 2 books next. These are books on design, and I just pulled 2 of them. This is called the Design Book. I just bought this one at my little local bookstore, and it's all just different, mostly furniture and products and things that where design has been used. So, but again, if you read the stories and read the information about each thing, you're just going to learn so much. I can't tell you how much you'll learn if you read it. And then this one right here, I finally got this book in this size. It's not as big as I would like it to be, but I think it's all 4 books. Is it all 4? There's 4 different books on, yeah, it is 4 books. And they used to come in these little tiny books that I could not even read the text. So I never bought them. I love them. I love the idea of them, but I could not read them. It was so small. I could sit there and read it with a magnifying glass, but I didn't want to do that. So this one is still small, but if you think this is small, you should have seen the other ones. And so it's got different books. Oh, maybe it's got more than one. Let's see. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books in one book. Celtic pattern, Islamic design, curves, perspective, symmetry, and the golden section. And each book has a whole section on that particular topic about patterns, design. If you like geometry, you love these books. And it's just so nice that they're all, and I love geometry. Now, algebra is another story. Nobody could ever explain algebra to me. So geometry, I can understand. Algebra, no, but not even the teachers. I'd ask questions about when I went back to school in my 30s. I'd ask teachers about algebra, and they couldn't explain. Oh, well, you probably just need to go find a tutor to teach you that. Can't you just tell me? What's this problem mean? What does these formulas mean? Oh, no, we can't do that. Well, I lost total interest then. If you can't tell me, geometry makes sense. Geometry makes sense. Algebra, not so much. But anyway, so yeah, I won't go through it all, but it's lots of patterns, designs in nature, in just patterns and in all the different what I just read you. And it's a beautiful, I love it. I love this. Okay. Let's do, I know that we have her Camilla Del Recco. We have her color books, but I don't know that some of you may or may not know that she has a drawing book and a painting book out. I don't want to do a lot of technique books, but I did pull these 2 just to show you a couple of them. Yeah, Zippy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought, maybe it landed in my water dish, but it didn't. So Camilla Del Recco has all her color books, and we, of course, have many of them. I think maybe we have all of them. The mermaids and the cute and creepy. Well, these are her books on drawing pop manga, 30 step-by-step lessons for pencil drawing in the pop surrealism style. And y'all know her style if you've seen her color books. But this gives you step-by-step drawing instructions, pencil drawings. And a lot of these you'll recognize from her color books. Like this one, I've colored that page before in one of her books. Same for this one. I've colored this one in one of her books. So a lot of these you'll recognize from her color books, but this shows you step by step how to draw it if you're interested in drawing this, you know, pop surrealism style. This one came out in and did they put it in the back? Yes. 2019. So this one came out in 2019. You like that, Keisha? Yeah, anytime Zippy the Unicorn's here, we have to bring out the Zippy the Unicorn. Okay, so pop manga painting, inspiration and techniques from the pop surrealism art phenomena. And let's see what year this one came out. 2016. And again, it's just her same style, but she shows you painting, how to paint them. The techniques, her materials. Again, I don't want to pull out a whole lot of technique type books today, but I wanted to show you to add this to your list, add technique books to your list of idea and inspiration books. So just different technique books, whether that be watercolor, acrylic, drawing. So we have a painting one and a drawing one here. Now, did I write technique books down here? Because I'm trying to keep my running list as well, because I'm going to read you my list. But I want you to keep your own list as we go. Okay, all right, so real quick, guys, I'm going to BRB. I've been drinking my lemon water for like an hour and a half. We will take a quick break, and I will go ahead and do the giveaways. I'm going to do a giveaway for this book right here for US, and then I'm going to give a print away for international, because I'm not shipping books. You know, it cost me $50 to mail this international. So, but we're going to do a giveaway. So let me do a quick VRB, and then we'll do our giveaway, and then we'll continue on with, I got about, let's see, maybe 15 more books, maybe 15 more books, maybe 20. And then we'll go over our list too. So just hang on, be right back. Okay, and Malibu is still over there sitting down. Okay, all right, so my hand's dry there. All right, we're going to do this giveaway. Let me get a Sharpie here. All right, and I'm going to get my print. This is what I'm going to give away for the internationals. Okay, we're going to do, we'll do them separate. We'll do them separate. Hang on. All right, so we're going to do US first. I'm going to show this book a little bit because it's pretty new. Came out in 2022. And so don't do anything yet. But when I type in go, after I show the book, when I type in go, you're going to put in a number, US only. Going to put in a number between 1 and 100. The first person closest without going over. I'm going to send you this book. Do not take numbers out, put them in, take them out. My mods will go crazy. They will. absolutely lose their mind. Do not change your numbers. Okay, but don't put anything in yet. I'm going to give you a little tour of the book. It's came out this year, and it's called the Get Messy Art: No Rules, No Judgment, No Pressure Approach to Making Art. Create with watercolor, acrylics, markers, inks, and more by Kaylee Gray. And it's all different. It's how to get. It's just get messy. It's art journaling. Here's some pictures of the art journals that she does. So it's all about art journaling, being messy, how to get started, journaling, and all different kinds of techniques and different artists in here. Your supplies, your journals, starter art journal kit, swatching, creating your messy journal. I know everybody in this room would love this book. Hi, Jeff. Well, I don't know about Jeff and Zippy, but but they better play anyway. Spark. Malibu, come on, babe. Move back a minute. I love you, but you know. Resist perfection, just messy. It's just, you know, it's very inspiring just to, you know, use your tools and your hands and don't be intimidated by. There's Robin Marie Smith. I know a lot of y'all know her out from online. She's got some, you know, there's just different people have different techniques and different projects in here. Okay. And different websites and different people to connect with. You know, you probably know some of these people, probably follow them or watch their YouTube videos. All right, so it's Get Messy Art, and we're going to do a giveaway for US only. Wait till I type in go. When I type in go, make sure you have live chat selected at the top, one number only, and then we'll do random.org and the first person closest without going over. Okay? And I'll go look up. Oh, Denise called. Well, did the phone ring while I was out of the room? I guess it did. I just saw Denise called and I missed it. I'll call her back. She knows I'm streaming. Let's see. Random. Okay, one number only. And the first person, and my mods can play. My mods are never excluded from any giveaways because they work hard. And I made sure they did not put in, I asked them not to put in links because I had so many books today. We don't want to overwhelm the mods. We love the mods. We want to keep the mods, and we want to keep the mods happy. And the mods would be Janet, Julie Topaz, Picola, and who am I missing? Picola, Julie. Oh, Tina. Sorry, Tina. Tina. I haven't seen Tina's name pop up for a minute. So, yeah, and Tina. And okay. So get your numbers, and I got my random.org at the ready. So I'm going to count down. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. First person closest to 3 without going over. If everybody went over 3, we'll pick another number. Did anybody pick? Tina picked 1. Oh my gosh. Tina, did anybody else pick 2 or 3? Did anybody get 2 or 3? Otherwise, it looks like Tina with number 1. Tina, why did you pick 1? That's pretty good. It looks like it's Tina. Okay, so Tina, you get this. See, we didn't want to forget you. I don't say we tried to forget you, but I forgot to mention you, and you won. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to do another giveaway for one of my new, I printed out one of my collages. I did it in analog, glue and paint, and then I went in with Procreate and did some special effects. Okay, this one is for international only. I will put it in a sleeve and everything. International only. Same thing. Wait till I type in go. When I type in go, international only, because I can't mail books international without spending more than the book. Okay, so international. No, baby, can't jump up right here. Okay, did it go through? International. There we go. Okay, so get those numbers in, and then we will. I'll send out this print, and yeah, do some giveaways. And I'm going to mail out. I did do my zine. If y'all missed it at the beginning of the show, I did show my zine, my Mother Goose zine that I send. I'm going to send them all to Janet. She's doing the zine swap. You have to have your zines to her by the 15th of September. What else do I have to mail out? I had a couple other things I'm mailing out. Oh, I do have a couple other things I'm mailing out. I won't say what, but I do have some other things mailing out. Okay, get them in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last call. International. Get your numbers in. Stop. Okay, so let's pick a number for international. Okay, here we go. 66. First person closest to 66 without going over. And just FYI, if y'all want, some random happy mail, at times I do just send out happy mail. If you send me your address, email me your address. Here's my email. If you email me your address, I do not share your address with anybody, and I do not put you on a mailing list. But if you like happy mail, or if you want to be in the drawings, I have to have your address. So grab my email there. It's always in the description box, as is my P.O. box. But if you would like happy mail, surprise, at times, you have to let me know your address. I don't share it with anyone, not even the other mods. Okay, so who has closest to 66? Maseki at 64? Maseki at 64. All right, I'm going to take Janet's word for it. I always forget how to put her name. So Maseki, I believe, is in the Netherlands, and she's won before. I don't need your address, Maseki. I have it. So, yeah, Maseki, I will be sending this, and I will mount this on a piece of black cardstock and put it in a sleeve. So it will be hopefully protected for you to get to. You're welcome. So that'll be sent out to you. I'm going to get all my mail out by tomorrow. So I will send out everything tomorrow. I go to the post office on Tuesday, and sometimes, depending on what else I have, another day during the week. Okay. So there we go. I didn't make y'all wait till the end of the show for the giveaway, because we have more books. All right, here's a couple of manga magazine type things, and I think I got this one through one of the color books. This is one of the color book artists, and I can't read any of it. None of it's in English, but it's a stunning book, and it's how to draw. Look, it's how to draw the different faces for manga and anime type characters. And again, I have the color book by this person, and I ordered, because some of y'all may recognize this character here in one of the books. And again, I don't even know the name of the book because it's not in English, but I do have the color book of this by this person. So let's see, put it in caps if you're talking to me, because I am trying to get through these the next hour. So again, great practice. Is there an ISBN? Oh, here we go. I'll give you the ISBN of these because they're not in English. 978-751-70-64-312. That's this one. And this one, was this a magazine? I forget I don't even know where I got this one. I don't remember where I got this one. but it's a magazine, so I can't. It's from 2004. It looks like. So this one's been around a while, but again, it's supplies and manga are all, none of it's in English, but just so you can kind of see some of the clothing, the characters. So these kind of books are out there. You just got to kind of look for them. Probably if you looked up Japanese Japanese manga supplies or something, this might be actually this might be their catalog. Okay, this might be their catalog. All right, just to show you a couple of those. Then I also wanted to touch on skills, other skills other than drawing, painting. When my uncle passed away, my Aunt Edie sent me the bulk of his carving books. I don't carve, but she did not have anyone to give them to. I said, don't want them going to the thrift store. I said I'll pay to ship them. So she sent me a box of all my uncle's carving books. I pulled one just to show you that you can get a lot of ideas off of other crafts and skills. To me, that's art, but it would be under the craft and skill category. And I do keep one of his little mice right here that he carved. This is one of my uncle's carvings. He did carve decoys as well, but this is one of his little mice. You can't really see it very well, but every little fur, every line of fur is carved. I wish you could see it better, but it won't zoom in. But this is a mouse, a shelf mouse. He sits on a shelf, like here. Sits on a shelf and looks over. So this is one of my mom's brother who passed away just a couple months after mom did. And so my Aunt Edie sent me all his carving, that book's from 1985. Do you have this book, Zippy? I don't know. Let me look and see. Well, he's carved for years and years. My uncle was in his 80s when he passed away. 1983. Oh my gosh, Zippy. Do you have this book or did you look it up? But it's how to carve, and it's got, all the different, all the duck feet, the different kinds of shapes of wood to get. I even got like receipts and letters, notes that he had, and pictures of real ducks for references. But I have a whole stack of his carving books. And yeah, exactly, Tina. So I just wanted to bring to your attention that there's all kinds of skills out there, wood carving and so many things, but just to make sure that you wrote down other skill and craft type books or ideas. And then, here's a book, the Stranger Things book. I got this it was a library cast off because look how it was all torn up. It was all torn up. I got it was in fair condition. I think what I'd pay $1. What did I pay for it? I think I paid $1 for it. What is this? Okay. That's part of the book. So anyway, I think I paid $1 for this. And it's all about the show Stranger Things. But again, like I showed you the movie posters earlier, the movie redo of the movie posters, these kind of books can be inspiring, even if you watch or don't watch. I'd pick a show that you like or watched to get that inspiration, but just look at library sales is my point. So did I write down library sales? I'm going to show you on my list here in a minute. Library sales. Okay. Okay. Then there are books that are these are kind of still technique oriented, but James Gurney, the creator of Dinotopia. I have another one on Dinotopia. I have the book Dinotopia, but these are his art books. Okay, these are his art books. Let me turn the light down. It's a little bright and flashing out a little bit. Let's turn that. There we go. Get that flash off there. Yeah, he did. Just tell that it's designed that Did you really, Zippy? I don't know what to believe with you. You're something else, Zippy. I'll tell you. So this one I think is the first one. Then out came this one, but imaginative realism, James Gurney, and how to paint what doesn't exist. And so if you're familiar with Dinotopia, but it also goes through his history. It's kind of like a biography of what he's gone through, how he came to be, what he does now, and he's kind of like a modern day, I don't want to just say Norman Rockwell, but that type of style. So, and his different ideas on how to, let me see, maybe if I should read a couple of the contents here. All right, so he's got tradition, studio, preliminary, history and archaeology, people, dinosaurs, creatures and aliens, architecture, vehicles, plein air studies, composition, procedure, careers. And this came out in 2009. 2009. So very imaginative. If if you know Dinotopia. See, how do we know that didn't really happen? Anyway. All right. Then color and light. And again, this one is tradition, sources of light, light and form, elements of color, paint and pigments, color, pre-mixing, visual perception, surfaces and effects, atmospheric effects, lights changing show, and resources. And again, painting. These are painting books. There's Donatello. So, but very inspirational, even if you're not a painter, even if you don't, have no intention of painting, which, everybody should probably at least try it. But, these books are very inspiring just for ideas. No, for real, I know. Too much Peter Wolf. Oh my gosh, Zippy, for real? That's pretty good, Zippy. That impressed me. I'm just saying. If that's for real, if you really knew the age of that book, of that carving book, I am impressed. All right. Then I know a lot of y'all have seen a lot of Danny Gregory. He's got a ton of books. I think I have all of them, or nearly all of Danny Gregory books. But if you are afraid, if you are maybe new to drawing, or you're afraid to draw, or you're afraid of a pen, he makes you draw in pen so you get over that fear. And the creative license, giving yourself permission to be the artist you truly are, the author of Everyday Matters. So Everyday Matters used to be a big blog thing before, we're all on, vlogging and streaming and everything. And lots of prompts and weekly prompts, and they may still be out there. I don't know. I haven't looked for a long time, but this one came out in, well, let's ask Zippy. No, I'm just kidding. This came out in 2006, and it's drawing everything. It's drawing everything about your life. From your coffee cup to your art supplies to things in your medicine cabinet, your clothes, your shoes, your food. It's drawing everything. And it gets you over the fear of drawing. So if you are afraid of drawing, of the perfectionist syndrome and stuff like that, any of Danny Gregory's books can help you get over that. Okay, here's another kind of, this one's layers of meaning. And I did pull some writing books, books on writing. So this will kind of segue into the writing ones, but it's layers of meanings, elements of visual journeying, Rakefet Hadar. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but it's about art journaling and kind of, like exploring your inner life, your thoughts and your meanings, and doing it visually. And I've got tons of these books, like by oh, what's her name? Well, I've got two authors that I really like that do this type of art journaling. I didn't pull any of their books because they're more technique based. But Layers of Meaning, Elements of Journaling. Let's see a date. 2019. I got to get through some of these here. So I want to get into the writing books as well. All right, so here's a few more of the just kind of just ideas and sparks and assignments and things that type. This one is You Are an Artist, Assignments to Spark Creation. Sarah Urist Green, creator of PBS's The Art Assignment. And I found this one in Barnes Books A Million. And it's pretty new. Let's see if I can find it. I think like last year, maybe. Let's see. Do they move it to the back? Oh, here it is. 2020. So 2020. And it's all these little assignments and things to do. She gives you some examples, tips and cheats and variations, your turn. So it's all kinds of creative ideas and prompts and different artist statements, little questions to answer. I have a couple of Post-its in here. And just different little, customize it. Look. Don't tell me that those wouldn't sell. Weber Grills, Weber, you need to get on this. Anyway, assignments to spark creation. A Year of Weeks, 52 Awesome Weeks and Try New Things, Erica Root. And I like this one not to do the assignments because I love the illustrations. I love the illustrations in this book. So here's another idea. I mean, you think, oh, I just draw real simple. I don't draw anything really fancy. I mean, I know people pick this book up. And it kind of reminds me of some of the illustrations in the Flow magazine and the paper magazines. But it's just got little boxes for you to fill out and little questions and lists and little hairstyles to complete. And it's just, look at the illustrations. I love the illustrations. And I'll never work this in here. And most of these kind of books where I get these kind of books of prompts, I never work in these books. I work in my Society of Idea Collector, my 3-ring binders. I work in sketchbooks and I work in other books. I don't ever really work in these books, but if you only have one or two that you really love and you want to work in them, then go ahead and work in them. I've just got so many like this that I get for the illustrations and not necessarily for the prompts. But I wouldn't actually work in these books. That's just me. Okay. But look at all the different it's just so inspiring. Even if you just sat down and just drew some of these or did little watercolors of them just to practice your skills. So this is another one that I've had on the shelf for a while. I'm pulling this back out along with my other ones I told you I'm pulling. I got another little stack over here that I'm going to pull out and revisit. Okay, here's another Lisa Cogden book, Find Your Artistic Voice, The Essential Guide to Working Your Creative Magic. Hang on, a little time for a little sip of lemon water. Isn't it a cute book, Arlene? I know. I love these kind of books. But again, I don't write in them. I take, I get the ideas from things and write down notes and sketches and stuff in my sketchbooks. That's just the way. I just don't write them. And so, again, this is just different little prompts. Look, I even still have a bookmark in here. I have a little magnetic bookmark in here. I think for the 10 steps of building skills. Begin, practice, keep showing up, practice more, stretch yourself, practice, improve note your improvement, practice more, and repeat. But again, I love the little illustrations, and it's different artists giving their what's your artist voice, what do you like to do, your different mediums, what in little mini bios on different artists. I hear you, Malibu. I hear you. word list. And y'all, if y'all been around Society of Idea Collectors, you know I'm big on lists, word list, recombining lists, mind mapping. So this is another one I should pull back out and get some more. But look at the illustrations. Right, Malibu? I know, you're talking to Mama. Okay, so I'll pull that. Your inner critic is a big jerk. And other truths about being creative. Danielle Crissa. We had another book by Danielle Crissa a little while ago. This one. Chronicle books. Love me some Chronicle books. 2016. All right, baby, you're going to have to move over just a little bit, okay? To everyone who's determined to live a creative life no matter what the jerks say. Everyone is creative. Excuses are the enemy. Labels are canned peaches, not people. Blank paper can be blinding. A green eye is a green light. Your inner critic is a big jerk. No one can wrestle the pencil out of your hand. Failure leads to genius. Created in a vacuum sucks. Blocks are meant to be broken. Welcome to the club. So those are the content chapters. But again, look at the illustrations. Okay. I know, Kitty, Keisha. Look, as soon as I move away, she plops herself right under the camera. Do you know that the camera is right there? Is that what it is? Okay, another one of those little books, Random Illustrated Facts. And this is Mike Lowry. He teaches classes on Skillshare and has vlogs and YouTube. I think YouTube. I don't know about YouTube. Look at her, all stretched out, just waiting for me to pet her. But again, I love the little illustrations in this. I know she is Barbara, and her brother, who's her twin. They were in the womb together. That's what we always say. Got twins, girl and a boy. Right, Malibu? Just a purring, just a purring. Okay, so Mike Lowry, and again, it's just random facts, but it's the illustrations that I bought this for. Well, facts about Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho was the first American movie to show a toilet being flushed. Now, how did y'all not live? Zippy, could you live without knowing that? I have to know, Zippy. Could you live without knowing that? Does love the camera. Oh my gosh. So Poe invented modern detective stories, published his first book at 18, married his first cousin. He was 24, she was 13. Was buried in an unmarked grave in Baltimore 26 years later. Teachers, students, and publishers raised money for a monument. But just, the illustrations, right? Famous quotes. You rat, you dirty rat, James Cagney. So it just all kinds of, in 1923, a jockey died mid-race and still won. Oh, look, we need a unicorn. We need horns on these horses. But it's just random things. So much, and I love the lettering and the text. That's also another thing to write down on your list is text, lettering, fonts, all those. Look, you could practice just writing every word on this page right here, trying to replicate the fonts and the text letter, the lettering styles. I'm ready for a close-up, Mr. DeMille. Malibu, yeah. So anyway, it's just, again, I love these kind of books. Vampire bats adopt. Keisha, are you still here? Keisha always, whenever something doesn't sell in her marketplace, they're called orphans. Look, Keisha. don't know if she's still here, but look at that. I know, isn't it a neat book? Okay, she is still here. I know, right? Oh, it is a neat book. A few random cat facts. The technical name for a hairball is a bezoar. No, you know what? Wait a minute. Wait. Let's see. I know some of y'all know what I'm going to do, but can I find it? Can I find it on the fly? Can I find it on the fly? Wait a minute. Oh, here. I can't find it on the fly. Okay, some of y'all know what I'm going to do. Wait. Now she's in my chair. Seriously, girl? I have to sit there. You are going to have to move. Here, go over here to your little bed I made you. I made you a little artist bed just for you. Okay. Okay, so we know that Zippy does this. But I have one better. Well, not better, but different. Science kind of same. Okay, so now we know technical name for a hairball. Oh my gosh. I love doing that, but sometimes when I think to do it, I never can find my little pom-poms. Oh, so that's what my art cat spits up there. See? Okay. All right. So, what other random facts? During the Middle Ages, cats were associated with witchcraft. Oh, me? I wonder why that is. Did you think? I don't know, because they're not all cats are black. They think black cats are, evil. I don't know. I don't know why that would be associated with. I'd have to look that up. Some sharks eat until they throw up and then go back to eating. Look at the illustrations, guys. Aren't the illustrations are awesome? What time does Malibu start streaming today? She's been streaming half the day, Zippy. Oh my gosh. I do have her in a couple of my Barbie cartoons. I need to put her in more of them. Hang on. Let me go over to my. I do have her in a couple. If y'all missed my recent IG, I did do a Little Miss Muffet because this was part. Some of these pictures I put more in the zine, but I did a Mother Goose Barbie scene. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. I'm loving doing these. So I've been doing all kinds of things like that. Like y'all saw the one where Bob Ross visited the studio and Janet was hiding back there. There's Janet hiding, trying to get that ruler. She took the ruler, hiding behind the cart. And then Denise was my guest that day. We need to get Zippy. We're gonna have to have Zippy in one of my Barbie scenes. Here's the little video we did. Denise.
This tomorrow live on YouTube for an unboxing, art, creativity, and me, your special guest. See you then.
That's when Denise did the little promo for my show. Here's where we did Peter Piper. Who? This is my version of a comic. Okay, these are my versions of a comic. Here's where the monthly book club in the park. That book looks really interesting. I made these little Barbie bio books. Yes, it does. And Janet and Annie are questioning, who's this Ken guy? I love my Barbie things. And there's Janet I'm glad you got me out of those red pants. Here's the wind is really picking up. Yes, it is. She's soaking wet, Rain. Oh, let's see. Sorry. Rabbit trail. Okay, so here's one of the cat ones. Broadcasting on Catterday. There we go. There we go. You can't wait, Zippy, till you're in my Barbie video. So, yeah. So there's one of the ones with the cat. And then I have another one too. Oh, here we go. My cloud. My cloud. Let's see. Here's Janet. Janet came and we played chess. Chess in the park with Janet. I made a chessboard and put my chess pieces on a giant chessboard out in the yard. So yeah, chess in the park with Janet. Those are the red pants that she griped about. Your move. Checkmate. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have herding cats. They're all on my Instagram, guys, but we're just taking a moment. We're taking them. Here I am painting in the garden. Here is garden harvest. Mama got a new pair of shoes. And then, of course, we did the 4th of July. So, yeah, I've got a few more garden ones, but y'all get the idea. I love the herding cats, too. I love that one, too, Tina. Okay, so that's Random Illustrated Facts by Mike Lowry. And again, look at the illustrations. The illustration. I think I'm gonna use this as a doodle thing. I'm gonna use that one. All right. Did I show this one? Every Day is Epic, a guided journal for daydreams, creative rants, and bright ideas. Mary Kate McDevitt. Again, it's another one of those type of books. It's just like the illustrations get me every time. And it's like it's a place for you to just keep your Society of Idea Collector ideas. The problem to me with trying to keep your ideas in a book like this is because they're hard. Then you have to go back and try to figure out where they are. Whereas if it's in a comp book with tabs or a 3-ring binder, you can tab it. You can, keep track of your ideas better than something like this, which I love this. But to try to go back now, where did I have that idea, about so-and-so? It's hard to find in a book like this. But I still love that. Okay. I did that one. Okay, so now I got some books on writing. Let me just see here. I got some are writing and drawing, but I got a few more. We'll finish up by 12, I think. Okay, so let's see here. All right, let's start with this one. This is called the Right Brain Workbook. So if you are into writing and arting and journaling or creating with stories, this is 366 exercise to liberate your writing. Bonnie Neubauer. Okay. And let's see when this one came out. We could ask Zippy, but I'll look it up just to make sure. 2006. Okay, this came out in 2006. Hi, Roy. Anybody else coming out? Hi, Dot. Kimberly. Anybody else I missed? So there are exercises on for writing, for like writing stories or if you wanted to write a book, but I think of stories more than full on novels. But there are prompts for that, like Lost and Found. Write. Well, this is like write with crayons too, or thick markers, and finish this story. Start with the moment I found that teeny tiny little, and then you're supposed to write in here. Again, I would never write in here. I would write on another comp book or something else. But then you finish the stories, and that gets you, going on story writing, storytelling. And there's just all kinds of those. But again, look at the illustrations. I love these kind of books. I just do. They get me every time, the illustrations. One-liners. Oh, speaking of, I told this joke earlier when I first came in. I don't know if any of y'all watch Byron Allen's Comedy Club. He comes on here like at 6 o'clock in the morning. So in between, like flipping through the weather and 5 minutes of news is about all I need to know everything in the world that's going on. But anyway, so he comes on early in the morning. Well, I was flipping through, and he had this comedian on, and he was said, I wrote this down to make sure to tell you guys. He was saying that he visited his mom, and his mom's on a fixed income, and she really just can't afford just to be like giving, away the store, so to speak. And he said he sat down at a table and she had a bowl of peanuts, and he ate all the peanuts in that bowl. And he said, Mom, I'm so sorry I ate all those peanuts. I didn't mean to do that. I mean, I'm so sorry. She goes, it's okay. She goes, honey, you come over here. You make me laugh. You are entertaining. You spend time with me. You make me smile. She goes, besides, I sucked all the chocolate off those peanuts, so you're welcome to. Yes, it is. Well, after you've already had your coffee at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, Byron Allen's Comedy Club is good at 6. Did nobody else think that was funny? I thought it was hilarious. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So anyway, there's all kinds of prompts. Just all kinds of prompts in here to write stories to continue on. I'm sure y'all have seen these kind of books before. And then another one in the same vein is 400 exercises to liberate the right brain workbook. And it's by Bonnie Neubauer as well. Okay. This is more like the workbook type, right? So again, you have all your prompts and you have space to write. Space to write. And again, you don't have to write in the book. You can write in a comp book or a notebook or even a sketchbook so that you could draw and write. So, if you don't want to be a writer or don't think everybody can benefit from learning how to write well, then take these prompts and instead of writing the story, illustrate the story. Whatever it says that the prompt is, the prompt to do the writing, we'll do it with illustrations. Do a little sequential. So that one is for an exercise to write the right brain workbook. Okay, then a couple more. I've got like that. Here's Wonder Book, the illustrated guide to creating imaginative fiction, revised and expanded. Jeff Vandermeer, author of the New York Times bestseller, Southern Reach trilogy. So, yeah, again, beautiful illustrations, but it's inspiring in the illustrations, but it also is talking about your imagination. So it's got unique features, organization, project, chapter 1, inspiration and the creative life, the importance of imaginative play, the fantastical and the imagination, imaginative outputs, and just all different kinds of inspiration and imagination, the elements of fiction, narrative, the greater and lesser mysteries, and and more writing skills, beginning and endings, narrative design, characterization. This is if you're like serious into writing, world building, revision, workshop appendix, and more writing. But look at the illustrations, people. Look. I mean, oh my gosh, I just love these books. So let's see if I can do a flip this way. It doesn't like to flip this way, but the muse always has wings. I have a book on solving this. On this, I forget what it was called again. But this book right here, they found in a monastery. They can't just decipher it. I have the whole book reproduced on this. I can't think of the name of it right now. I didn't pull that one either. But anyway, writing skills, techniques, and again, writing and drawing at the same time is just so beneficial. I'm not going to spend too much time. They give you examples and editing and this is a slick book. I mean, it's a slick page. It's probably was pretty expensive too. I'll look. I got it at the bookstore. I don't remember. And you can probably get it on Amazon. I'll tell you the date on it too. Different artists and authors and their notes and techniques. I think Gaiman's in here. I don't forget who all's in here. Let's see. Whoops. Let's get to the. I think it's in the back. Oh, here we go. This one came out in 2013. Wonder Book, revised and expanded, and it was $25. It was less than I thought. This one's very heavy because it's all on the slick, glossy paper. Heavier. Lost Transmissions: The Secret History of Science Fiction and Fantasy. Desirina Boskovich, and it's forwarded by the guy that wrote the other book I just showed, Jeff Vandermeer. Hi, Miss Lena. How you doing? How's everything over in Denmark? Hi, Tracy. Okay, so this one came out in 2019, and it's just it's the whole history of sci-fi. Well, not the whole history, but you know, it's got a lot of it. Of course, you all know I love me some sci-fi. That's what I really grew up reading the most. My favorite was sci-fi. All right, I gotta flip. But the illustrations and just the history of it. So they break it down, some different authors. And their thoughts on it, illustrations. And if y'all miss me showing the movie poster book, the Mondo book, y'all need to go back and look at that. Art and design, fantasy maps, music. So there's that. Then a couple others that are kind of writing and journaling and drawing. A couple more of these, I think, and I just have one other little stack after these two. This is the Almanac, A Daily Dose of Wonder, Jill Badonsky. Creativity prompts and that sort of thing. And there's one for every day, just all different kinds. And again, cute little illustrations, different things to do. She breaks it down in the different techniques and the different things to do. And then every day for a year, there are prompts. There are prompts to do for creativity ideas. So if you like prompts and journaling, writing, and drawing, then this one's pretty cool. Let's see. Did I say what year it came out? 2008. Then this one, the Sketchbook Idea Generator. This one is fairly new. It came out, and it's probably in the back. I don't know why newer books, they put that in the back. Oh, it's not in the back either. Where are you? Did you hide? Where are you hiding? Where is it? Well, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Well, this is, I mean, it just came out like last year. I don't know where their copyright information is on this, but how this, and it shows you how this idea generator works, and it's just got different, and we've taken our list, like people, places, and things, and made our list and recombined them. Well, this is kind of that thing, but just less of them. So, and it also has different techniques. It shows you a little demo of watercolor, gouache, color pencil, crayon, and then you have the subject, the medium or the technique, and the colors. And they're all, the book is all cut into threes. Can you see that? It's all cut. So you can recombine these in hundreds of ways. So like you could take an abandoned castle, flip over here and do it in crayon with these colors or these colors. See? So it's kind of like, it's like a prompt book with all the subjects here. And you can make your own. We've done this before, people, with lists. You can do this yourself. And then all the different mediums or techniques, pen and ink, gouache, mixed media, more gouache, color pencil. And then it gives you some different recommendations for doing different things with them. And then little color swatches to choose from. Isn't that neat? You like that, Sticky? And it's pretty new. I mean, like within the last year, I believe I got this. 100,000 plus sketchbook ideas. Not sure what to draw today. And then it tells you. But I don't know where the... it doesn't have a copyright date, but I know it's pretty new. It's within the last year or two at the most. All right, then the last stack I'm going to show you is I found these books because of Scott Circlin, who, by the way, his Kickstarter funded for his Young and the Dead graphic novels. And but he's the one, he has a, and I put his link in my, I think the last description of my last video, Scott Circlin, Circworks. And I saw him talk about a couple of these books. He talked about two of them, and I don't remember which two he talked about. I think this one and one of these two. And what they are is by the Disney Imagineers, different ones of them. This one's by one. I think this is by two, another one. But anyway, it's how they think and develop their ideas at Disney. And Scott showed, I think, this one and maybe this one. And so I looked them up and I found these four. So of course I had to buy them all. So this is the Imagineering Ideas to Ignite Your Creativity, or the Imagineering Way. And this one's a little older. And then they had the workbook afterward, and then these two books on the Disney Imagineering pyramids and their way of generating ideas. This one came out in 2003. And it gives you little cartoons and little quotes and little tips and things. Of course, one of the things that they talk about, I'm talking the most, is write it down. You got to write everything down. So like here, if you have 5 minutes to do a project, spend 4 minutes figuring out how to do it and 1 minute doing it. It's like measure twice, cut once kind of thing. Unblocking the creative block. I just opened it at random. So we'll do something here. Walt Disney once said, "It's kind of fun to do the impossible, but sometimes when you burn out, you think it's kind of impossible to do the fun. You know when you've done it before, but you start to wonder if you can do it again. You know you're only as good as your last idea, but once you realize it's okay to be uncomfortable and afraid, you won't be afraid to be afraid. Everyone knowing there's a tremendous intimidation in just getting started. Sometimes you think you'd rather get a root canal. Sometimes you'd rather get a root canal or two than to start on your project. So rather than getting started, think ahead. Then reverse engineer it back to the solution. Look at the far end. Imagine the experience you want people to have. Visualize the success of your idea. Then work your way backward to the solution until you find the obstacle." And so things like that. So it's just the way that the Disney Imagineers think. And then this is the workbook. And I wrote down a bunch of notes there and scribbled some things. And but this one is by a whole bunch of the different Imagineers. Every chapter is by a different person, and what they think and how they plot out their creativity. And the same thing for these two. This is the Imagineering process. Well, this is book one. Using Disney theme park design principles to develop and promote your creative ideas, book one. This is the same thing. It's just a continuation. One is more on the pyramids, the pyramid, the vision. Maybe you can take a picture of it there, so I don't get in the weeds on it. But it's just full of ideas, and I just annotated and bookmarked, and so lots of things in that one. And I think this is the one I'm in now. So I've started into this one, probably about halfway. I've already read those three. So, yeah, but these are great for, root canal. Zippy. So anyway, these are all really good for idea generating as well. I'm looking around. I think I've got all of them covered. So now if you haven't been writing down ideas, shame on you, but I'm going to read you some of my list here. So write these down to continuously think about some of the books that I've shown you, whether you get these books or not. I'm not an Amazon affiliate. I don't get paid anything. These are all books I own that I bought because I wanted them and loved them. No one's sponsoring me. I have no sponsors. I don't want any sponsors. I get letters to be sponsored all the time from all kinds of companies, and I turn them all down. I don't want to be, not there's anything wrong with that. Don't anybody email me. Oh my God, you're against being sponsored. No, I'm not. I just don't want to have to think about products and promoting them. I just don't want to do it. Okay, so here's some of the things I wrote down on collecting ideas and the different books that we talked about in no particular order. Your botanical, animal, and dictionary and encyclopedia type books that have illustrations. Botanical, animal, dictionaries and encyclopedias, and those can be on any topics. I mean, I've got them on shells and fossils and jellyfish. Any topic, there's a book on it. So, but write down the idea of botanicals and animals, dictionaries and encyclopedias, particularly children's ones because of the illustrations. Okay. Okay, you're welcome, Zippy. Have a good day. Okay, and Disney, these books right here, and not just these idea books by Disney, but if you look at any of Disney's books on their movies and things like that, the creativity is broken down in a lot of those books. Okay, so again, children's dictionaries. Okay, fashion books, books on color, any books on prompts. Again, these are not in the order that I talked about them. Clip art books, books on writing, and especially if they're combined with illustration and or journaling. Anything on fonts, calligraphy, text, and lettering. Charts and maps. There's tons of books on charts and maps, and I showed you those couple of books on the sketchbooks of explorers and seafaring books, and the journals on those. Books on photography, cultures and countries. Like I showed you that one on the patterns and the fabrics and the area in India. Any books, of course, techniques, whether that be watercolor, pen and ink, acrylic, whatever your technique is. Library sales. You'll find so many just books that you'd probably never think to buy. And if you can get them for $1, you will buy them and incorporate them into your creativity. If you only have to pay $1 for a book that you would not buy otherwise. Comics and manga and graphic novels, children's books, artist sketchbooks. We've shown some of those. Art magazines, doodling and prompt books. We talked about that. Sketchbooks, books on color, the sticker books, like I showed you, the sticker books and color books, we use those all the time in just coloring books, but you can also get lots of ideas and prompts. And look at Camilla Del Recco, who she does color books, but she also has a book on drawing the surrealistic pop manga and painting it. Anything on art history books, or, like the ones that I showed here on David Hockney and Bosch and those kind of things, and art biographies, patterns and colors, architecture and design, other skills like the wood carving. And then I also wrote down movies, TV, and documentaries, and like movie posters and movie art, or TV, art from those things. So there we go. So I think we got a lot done, and we got it done by 12 o'clock. So do y'all have any questions? I know you probably had questions and comments during the whole thing, and I just didn't see them because I really wanted to get through all these books and give y'all some idea generating type things to put in your Society of Idea Collecting. So, Abigail. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that. Leave comments if you have any comments or questions about any of the books. Well, depending on the questions and how fast I can go find all the books, because they're going back in the bookshelf. Thank you, Amy. And don't forget, Janet comes on in about an hour. Let me see if I can find her. If she said anything kind of recently, I'll click on her name so that you can see her channel. She didn't say anything for a while. But Janet M. Young is Janet's channel. And she comes on in an hour. She'll probably go over the rules of the zine. There she is right there. Go over the rules of the zine. Here's one of her little zines right here that she's doing a zine swap. You send in 6, you'll get 5 back. You have to contact Janet, either email her or go through Instagram and let her know that you're interested. You have to have them to her by September 15th. I already got mine done. They're going in the mail tomorrow because I'm going to the post office to mail the giveaways and stuff tomorrow. So, yeah, don't you envy cleaning all the books? Well, they're so packed in the shelf. I just take a Swiffer and dust the tops. Pretty packed in my shelves. I don't take them out and clean them like that. I've moved often, but I do put in new bookshelves or move some from room to room. Then they get dusted or something, But do I go through and dust them like weekly? No. So, okay. You missed the one for the sketchbook idea generator. Okay, here we go. Abigail, here we go. The sketchbook idea generator, and it's mix and match prompts, and it's by Jennifer Orkin Lewis. Jennifer Orkin Lewis. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm heading out. I'm going to go fix some lunch, and I'll see you guys, if not at Janet's, then at other streamers. And I'll be back on Wednesday. Let's see. Question from Keisha. Do you keep all your books, even when you've done what's in it? Oh, yeah. I'm a, well, I won't say what I'm going to say. I love my books. I have lots of books. I keep all my, well, I don't say I keep them all. When Cameron moved into his new apartment, I gave him probably 100 art books when he moved that I felt like I was done with. I mean, I know he's got them if I ever need, but I gave Cameron, and he loves books as much as I do. One day, I'll just tell a little secret on Cam. One day we're talking, and he was probably at 12 maybe, and we got him a Nook, it's like a Kindle before the Kindle came out, the Nook. Got him one of those for Christmas because he loves to read like I do. And he kept it for about a month, and he said, can I give it to his other grandmother who wanted one too? He goes, can I give it to her? Because I just really don't like reading on a tablet. I want to read real books. And somebody said, well, what if there's no more real books? What if the books become gone? He literally teared up, guys. He literally got tears in his eyes. He could not imagine not having real books. And I feel that way too. I just can't imagine not having real books. Not that there's anything wrong with reading on a tablet, especially if you're limited in time or vision or whatever. I just don't like to read on a tablet. I like having me a real book. And so does he. so anyway, when he moved into his new apartment, I gave him about 100 books. And they know that when the time comes, they'll have all our, between Cameron, Boo, and Logan, if Logan is interested in it. Of course, he's out in LA, so he only doesn't get out here and go rummaging through my library often. But they'll have all my library. And Hubster's. Hubster reads a lot of he likes history, Western history, political history. He reads a lot of nonfiction. He reads a lot of nonfiction. He reads a lot of biographies. He doesn't read any nonfiction. So we have, we both readers. We try to read every night. We don't read every night, but we try to read every night. We go to bed and we read. We go to bed early and read. I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, there's reasons for audiobooks. Yeah, there you go, for walking and stuff. And Julie Topaz walks like miles a day. So I get it. I'm not against electronic books. Just don't make me give up my books to have them that way. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you. And y'all make sure and follow Keisha's Creations if you like marketplace art and craft auctions and sales. Keisha's channel is so fun. So yeah, go follow Keisha's Creations. And she's a hoot too. I'm telling you, she's fun. So, all right. And Angie, there's Angie. Angie's her one of her cheerleaders. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you at Janet's or other streams. And be blessed, guys. Bye-bye.